only club outside the school which is connecting students and giving them opportunities of leadership, profile building, team building, collaboration, networking. And so there are about 40,000 members in this club. Today, club is managed by a 35-member student council. Very proud to say that last year, just the student council, I'm not talking about the club whole right now, just the student council received $23 million in scholarships. So it has actually become one of the finest profile building activities on planet Earth available today. Why HSM? Like I said, it was started for my son. I mean, very early in life, I got to know that I'm dealing with somebody who is bright, somebody who is aggressive, somebody who wants to achieve a lot, but I was not finding right opportunities for Shivansh. And that's when I'm an alum of University of California, Los Angeles. I was heading sales for an American multinational company. That's when about 10 years back, I decided to become a career counselor. Over the years, yes, I have counseled about 100,000 students personally. However, I have been able to build HSM and Guide. You can use them interchangeably. HSM is the community. Guide is our platform, which helps students find out the entire trajectory. We are trusted by 25 million parents and students like you, so thank you so much. Respected by 5,000 educators, connected with 200 plus universities, and we suggest what is right for your kids. So we got $23 million in scholarships, which is a ratification that whatever we suggest works well for all the students and parents out there. Just some of the logos where our students have already been placed, and imagine it's all done by a community. Our students have been placed into Harvard, Yale, LSE, Stanford, King's College London, Flame in India, Ashoka in India. You name a university, University of British Columbia. We are already sitting on 2,400 plus offers from top 50 universities in US, 1,100 offers from top 15 universities in UK, 1,400 plus offers from top 10 universities in Canada. And like I said, $23 million in scholarships from around the world, including full ride scholarships from India and United States. So let's first, in the section number 1, talk about the changing world and changing careers. And I am not going to take too much of a time here, but just give you a little perspective. The first perspective is that the world has completely changed in last few years, 3 to 4 years, primarily because of 2 reasons. Number 1 is pandemic. Now, we all know we all lost a lot during the pandemic. Some people lost really close ones, but it's human memory, right? And human memory has the habit of forgetting fast. So while we went through COVID, possibly we have not acknowledged the impact of COVID yet. And the impact of COVID is visible in every big and small city in today's time. For example, had COVID not been there, nobody would have thought that the Zoom will go through the roof and you and me would be able to connect across different cities and across different countries at the same time. I am in Singapore. Most of you are in India and outside India, and across various trajectories. Now, at this juncture, let me at least find out which all cities are you from. So may I request all of you, if you can just tell me in the chat, which cities are you joining from? Which countries are you joining from? Pune, Dubai, Hyderabad, Ambala, Jaipur, Kolkata, Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Ludhiana, Raipur, Jammu, Bangalore, South. All right, Hyderabad. I can see East Assam and Shillong coming in. I can see the West. I can see Central India, Bhopal and Raipur coming in. I can see South. I can see Gujarat, Vadodara, Latur, Indore. That's great. That's great. I see a lot of you joining in from, I see somebody from Bahrain. I see somebody from UAE. I also see Vietnam. Thank you so much. I see Singapore. So Pooja, hey, in the same time zone. All right. Thank you. Now, if you look at the situation which pandemic created, and let me give you just one example. So I belong to Gurgaon, which is near Delhi. Now in Gurgaon, there is a place called Cyber Hub. Now, Cyber Hub has about 500 companies in 500 square meters in tall glass buildings. Now, Cyber Hub has about 500,000 employees working in Cyber Hub. My question to you all, and the only way you can reach out to me right now is through the chat. So my question to you all is, do you think all these 500,000 people are coming back to offices? Even when pandemic is over, yes or no? No. That's a very, very strong answer. No. Now, I'll give you one small calculation because the reason for everything lies in economics. Trust me, the reason for every phenomena or process in the world lies in economics. Now, let me give you just one small example that even when pandemic is over, why are people not coming back? Some of you would say work from home. Work from home is not the reason. Work from home is an output of people not being called to work in offices. But why are they not being called to work in offices, especially the not so critical functions? Let's talk about Cyber Hub alone. 500,000 people are working in these 500 companies. 5 lakh log. On an average, an individual drinks about 4 cups of tea and coffee a day when they go to office. 500,000 people, 4 cups of tea and coffee a day, 5 rupees a cup. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm talking about 1 crore rupees in tea and coffee a day, 30 crores a month, and 365 whopping crore rupees only in tea and coffee a year. Now add to this toilet paper, toilet soap, pen, pencil, eraser, stationery, electricity, data, internet, real estate, employee welfare. You have no idea the amount of money companies are saving by making you and me work from home. Now imagine a situation where, and I'm scared as a father, and I can tell you, imagine a situation where my son will get his first job without even meeting his supervisor or HR face to face. Imagine a situation that my son might go in for his first appraisal, which is valuable for anybody in his or her lifetime. But his appraisal will happen without meeting his supervisor or with our supervisor looking at his work on day-to-day basis. That's scary. Example number 2, ChatGPT. Now, at this juncture, let me tell you that ChatGPT practically was announced in Times of India for the first time on December 17th, 2022. Fast forwarded till today, over 8,000 software programmers have lost their jobs in India. Content writers, designers, and now lawyers. My own organization, we have replaced a team of empaneled lawyers with somebody who knows ChatGPT really, really well and can draft MOUs, because High School Moms, creates a lot of MOUs with best of the universities around the world. We bring a lot of Fulbright scholarships. And at this juncture, let me also give you a very, very pleasing news. 2 years back, High School Moms got 4 Fulbright scholarships from Wesleyan College, which is the oldest degree granting institution for women in the world. Almost 200 years old institution. We got 4 Fulbright scholarships for girl students in India. 2 years back, we gave it last year, and we gave 4 this year as well. And 1 Fulbright student who's actually going to fly to Wesleyan, the oldest degree granting institution for women in the world, in the United States. She is not only given a Fulbright tuition, 4 years of lodging and boarding, but she's also going to be given her visa fees, her service fees, and she will be given a laptop. And if that was not enough, she will also be given a flight ticket to United States to fly in without any extra cost on her parents. And that's Rohini Saha. Rohini, you can wave your hand so that people can see. All right, that's Rohini Saha for you. We will talk to her later. But very proud to also say that this year we are launching 2 more Fulbrights, and this will be both for boys and girls. And it will again be by a legacy institution in America called Reinhardt University. And these two full rides will have the entire 4 year of tuition fees and lodging and boarding and every other expense that you can think of. And we will be bringing, we've just signed an MOU. So coming back to the MOU part, and that's the power of your own community, right? When 25 million of us get together, even universities listen. That's the power of your community, and that's why high school moms. Now, ChatGPT announced first time on December 17th, 2022. Thousands of software programmers, content writers, designers, and now lawyers have lost their jobs, and I'm talking about India. In this 18 months, now when I go to even a small city, Bhilai, Raipur, and I ask by show of hands, how many of you use ChatGPT with students, practically every hand goes up. I'm sure if I ask you as parents, and this question is only for parents, how many parents here have used ChatGPT? Give me a yes or a no. Please understand, the only way your voice is reaching out to me till the time I am talking is through the chat. And the moment I realize that the chat is inactive, I will realize that you guys are not interested and I'll cut short my presentation. And I can tell you, if my presentation is cut short, you might lose out on a lot of relevant information that you really require as a parent to be able to help your children. Hota kya hai that all of us spend 7 days a week, 365 days a year working for whom? For our children. But then we have not spent 7 hours planning their career. We still give them the same gyan that if you have taken PCM, it has to be engineering, which is not true in today's time. And that's why these 2 hours are critically important for all of you. So the fact remains is that the Chat GPT has changed the way we work. And now I'll show you something so that you understand the power of Chat GPT. Just give me 10 seconds and I'll show you. All right. For all those who have not used ChatGPT, let me show you the power of ChatGPT. Hi, GPT. Can you design a creative where 300 parents and high school students are attending a webinar on career and college counseling? The webinar has, let me take one example from one of you. Okay, I'll take the example of CA Kunal Munsif. The webinar has also one parent sitting in striped button shirt with brown stripes on white base. He is removing his specs. The webinar is being taken seriously by some. Some parents look bored and some students are making notes. The speaker is wearing a white color shirt. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If I tell GPT couple of more times to edit the image, if I add your pictures, even the caricatures will start looking like you. This has been done in 14 seconds. Why do I need a designer? Forget that. Let me show you something else. For all those parents who are busy preparing their kids for IIT and engineering, especially for computer engineering, let me give you my son, Shivansh, is one of the finest debaters in the world. He's a champion of Harvard, Oxford, Georgetown, University of Toronto, Cambridge, King's College London, Imperial College London. He is a member of India's squad of debating for last 2 years. At the age of 15, he's also one of the finest coders in the world. He has been featured on BBC World News multiple times. And if you still ask him, and I'll try and bring Shivansh on the screen later in the presentation. Avni, if it's possible for you to check if Shivansh can come later during the presentation. If you ask him that, Shivansh, you are such a fine science student and you are such a great coder that you already have an honorable mention from the #1 engineering college of the world. Shivansh has an honorable mention from MIT. I'm sure you want to do computer engineering. And you know what his response would be? Are you joking me, uncle? Are you kidding me, auntie? That's what his response is going to be. And you know why? I'll show you. Hi, GPT. Can you write a program for creation of a web page where there is a contact us form which will capture name, email, mobile, address, city, and school of a high schooler. Do this in, let's say, HTML right now. Do this in HTML. Ladies and gentlemen, a software has created a software program. I can give him any language, C++, Java, Python, and it'll all be done. All be done. I do not know whether this scares you or not, but it scares the hell out of me as a parent. Because I know at this juncture, when the world is completely getting changed because of ChatGPT and pandemic, if I go wrong in the career and college planning, my child might struggle for next 15 to 20 years bare minimum. And that's a concern even a career counselor has. And I told you, I'll be talking to you as a parent, not just as a career counselor. And that's why it is very, very critical for all of you to make notes. Because a small pen is better than big memory. And if you do not make notes, you will not remember. And if you want your children to make notes, you need to make notes yourself, because बच्चे कानों से नहीं आंखों से सीखते हैं. जब आप करेंगे तब बच्चा करेगा. Coming back to my presentation. World Economic Forum's data on India says that in next 5 years, all the careers that you think of will completely change. And I'm talking about India. The careers that you're thinking of will completely change. Whether it is increasing access to technology, whether it is increasing access to digital, technology, whether it is the focus on environment, social and governance, or the increasing purchasing power and rising cost. The careers will change. The worst part is we want our children to get a salary of 2030s because 2030 is when they will enter the workspace. But we are still using the thought process of 1990s. And I'm not kidding. Let me just give you some breaking news. In the last few weeks of Times of India, Wire, Business Standard, IIT Delhi and Kanpur see dip in placements this year. Guess what? Last year also, almost 30% students at IITs were not placed. This year, almost 37% students across IITs, Delhi, Kanpur, Kharagpur, are not placed. They're still finding it difficult to find jobs. You know why? Because companies are now requiring skills, not degrees. So nobody is willing to pay a heavy pay packet for the skills which are being available in the market, either which ways. AI will replace millions of jobs in India by 2030. Okay. Stability, AI CEO says, and it's an article in Developer magazine. Developer is like a holy book to us. To all the programmers and software developers in the world, they actually swear by Developer magazine. It says AI will replace human coders in 5 years. This article came about 8 months back. I showed you AI is already writing codes. अगर आप AI से अभी भी नहीं डरे तो अब डरिएगा ये सोच करके that imagine करिए that you are in a black and white TV era. There is no color TV, there is no OLED, there is no plasma. The TV has just come and it is black and white. Now imagine 150 years of journey from that black and white TV till today when there is OLED and plasma and a TV on your mobile. ChatGPT right now is in the black and white TV era of ChatGPT. But within 2 years, ChatGPT will be in the OLED and plasma TV era of ChatGPT. It will not take 150 years. It'll just take 2 years. Lawyers. I recently created an MOU for which my team of lawyers asked 3.5 lakh rupees and they asked for 14 days. I entered the same data which I gave to them in the Excel in ChatGPT. I created the MOU. That was not surprising. If you enter something in ChatGPT and if you ask ChatGPT to create an MOU, ChatGPT will create something. Surprising part was this MOU was with one of the finest universities in the world, known to produce third best lawyers in the world after Harvard and Princeton. The MOU got signed without any changes in 3 days flat. That was surprising. Our company saved 3.5 lakh rupees and saved 14 days of effort. Lawyers. So 1990s was simple. Let me ask you, your fingers must be on your keyboard right now. Let me ask you this question. PCM, what career comes to your mind? Let's see. PCM, engineering. PCB, doctor. Commerce, CA. Humanities, lawyers. ये सोच थी 1996 में जब मैं 10th में था. Starting salary of a good university that time was about 25,000 rupees a month. If you are still sending your kids to those universities where average salary is still 25,000 rupees a month, just think again, are you not going wrong? And the worst part is, when I tell people as a career counselor that If everybody is doing it, that's the biggest reason why you should not do it. Because it's all about demand and supply. It's all about demand and supply. A lot of people ask me, Abhishek, you left ₹1.5 crore job a year to become a career counselor when you are a graduate of UCLA. And I'm like, hell yes. Because I was just one among the many national head sales for multinationals. But in a country of 1.5 billion, where 75% of the population is below the age of 21, and most of them are confused or lost, there are not even 100 good career counselors. So there was demand and very little supply. And possibly that's the reason why newspapers call me Asia's #1 career counselor today. The fact remains is that बिना मेरे आपको ये slide दिखाए, all of you understood that if it's PCM, it's engineering, if it's PCB, it's medicine, if it's commerce, it's CA, if it's humanities. हमारे टाइम में बोला जाता था ह्यूमैनिटीज वालों का कुछ नहीं हो सकता, अब तो फिर भी बोल देते हैं लॉ हो सकता है, और होटल मैनेजमेंट. That's the thought process of the past. Let me show you the careers of today. But before that, you need to understand, how many of you heard about new education policy? Yes or no? Awesome. So as per new education policy, there are 4 things which are important for parents and high school students. Number 1, from next year onwards, there will be no streams. Whichever school it is, there will be no streams. Every child will be allowed to select 5 subjects and mix and match subjects. Number 2, whether it is DPS or whether it is IIT or whether it is any university, they will all have to be interdisciplinary, which means they will have to allow students to study what they want to study. So if somebody wants to study psychology with biology, the answer should be a yes. But if somebody wants to study psychology with geography, the answer should be a yes. If somebody wants to study computer science with biology, the answer should be a yes. And if somebody wants to study computer science with psychology, the answer should be a yes. Third, which is very important about NEP, and it's already getting implemented by universities, you don't even know this. Gone are the days when admissions would be done only on the basis of grade 12 marks. NEP clearly says India has always been a marks producing nation, but lacks research and innovation. NEP researched hundreds of CEOs, and guess what? 90% of them never scored above 90s. 90% of them. They were all below 90s. And they are the CEOs. So NEP is talking about that there has to be a complete rehaul of the college admissions process, and an average student of the class should have the same opportunity like the intelligent student of the class, because mug up karke to koi bhi number le aayega. So NEP is focusing on 4 check boxes which are there on the screen. Baki sab bhul jaiye aap. Internationalization, that we need to produce global citizens. Multidisciplinary education, और इस पे आएंगे, why multidisciplinary education. Research, internships and innovation. And 4th is curriculum flexibility. तभी आपको, और एक एग्जांपल देकर के अभी इस चीज को छोड़ देते हैं, बिकॉज इसको डिटेल में बात करेंगे. तभी दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी भी अब मार्क्स के बेसिस पे एडमिशन नहीं देती, CUET के बेसिस पे देती है. So understand that. Now I want to understand here one from all the parents. I know it's see, career counseling has to be a very enjoyable process. I'm trying to give you the reason why things are changing so that you understand the importance why they are changing. होता क्या है, हमें क्लास में पढ़ा दिया जाता है calculus, but nobody tells us the reason why, where is calculus used in life. And that's why we lose interest in calculus. It's very important to know why things are happening, Then I will tell you what is happening, and then I will also tell you how you can do it. I'll cover all the three. As long as you have the patience, me sitting in Singapore right now on a travel, I still have the patience to complete it throughout. Sorry, we will not be able to share the recording of the session, so please do not ask for it. Just to give you an idea, it's my IP, right? I will not like to share it. So from this, where the careers were linear, these are the careers of the future. This is not a comprehensive list. This is just a list of 5-7 subjects leading to 10 odd careers. But what is amazing is you will see majority of the careers of the future are not a byproduct of one subject. They are a byproduct of combinations of subject. और that's why आज के टाइम पे बोला जाता है कि कोई भी ऐसी डिग्री जिसमें सिर्फ एक एरिया ऑफ स्पेशलाइजेशन हो नहीं करना चाहिए. The degree should have a major and a minor, because when you combine a major and a minor, your job opportunities go 11 times more. So earlier, if you were getting 3 jobs, now you will get 33 jobs. Example, when I study economics, I can become an economist or a research analyst. But the moment I study economics major and psychology minor, I can go into behavioral economics, behavioral finance, consumer behavior. Similarly, when I study computer science, everybody thinks I'll become a programmer. But do you know, when you study computer science with biology, it becomes the highest paid career out of biology called bioinformatics. But the moment you study computer science with finance, it becomes the second highest paid career of commerce called financial analytics. So the careers of the future are very, very different than what you can think. अब मैं आपसे एक क्वेश्चन पूछता हूं और दिल पे हाथ रख के, because I am also a parent, or this is a parent to another parent. Okay, दिल पे हाथ रख के जवाब दीजिएगा और आपकी चैट बताएगी मुझे कि आप कितना सुन रहे हैं मुझको. How many of you truly want your children to get into the best of the universities possible? Yes or no? Like, truly want your children to get into the best of the universities possible? Practically everybody. Practically everybody. Now, imagine that the forms of all the top universities in the world, whether India or outside India, are very different than our forms that time when you and me were in school. When you and me were in school, the form was one page, your personal details, your academic qualification, and your marks. Today, a bare minimum form is 5 pages, out of which the first page is only personal details and academics, and the rest 4 pages are about extracurricular skills, college essays, and SOPs. Now, tell me one thing. All of you want your child to get into a best of the university. Now, let me ask you a question. Maybe your child is in grade 10, maybe 9, maybe grade 11. How many of you, and दिल पे हाथ रख के सच बोलिएगा, झूठ बोल करके फायदा नहीं. एक लॉयर, एक डॉक्टर और एक काउंसलर के सामने झूठ नहीं बोलना चाहिए. How many of you have actually opened the form of this year, knowing that your child will go after 2 years, but thinking that, yaar, ek bar, let's open the form and see what all does the form require, so that over next 18 months, me and my kid will do everything that is required to be done, so that no column in the form is left blank. Anybody? No. Thank you so much, parents, for being honest. Thank you so much. I truly respect this, because when I created this community, I only created that, can I spread awareness to mothers? And that's why it got named as High School Moms. Later on, even fathers joined it, and I should, as much as I love my mom, and everybody should love their mom, I do have a huge respect for fathers too, because motherhood is a state of heart. It has nothing to do with gender. Even fathers have a right to be mothers. And A big round of applause from my side for all the fathers in the room. Kunal, Vivek Modi ji, everybody, all the fathers in the room. And I'm a little disappointed because there are so many of you who have not even started their camera. I mean, world has become so thankless nowadays that I am here taking out my 2 hours to empower you guys. But some of you cannot even start your camera. And then you think that people will actually listen to your kids. Your kids are watching you. And if you are not being on the camera and if you are lying down when their career is being talked about, they are not going to take you seriously ever. Now imagine, career that you all want your children to get into the best of the universities, but you have not even opened their forms. Do you think next year, when your child enters grade 12, in the month of August itself, the college applications open nowadays? The year in which your child enters grade 12, उसी साल August में application चली जाती हैं. December, January, offer letters will even come 6 months before board results are announced, because no university in India and outside India requires 12th board results. Do you think overnight your child will be able to prepare everything so that the form will be filled? No, right? And that's why planning is more important. Otherwise, sapna hai. It's just a dream. I want my child to get into the best of the university. It will always remain a dream. You need a plan. And plan is, let's open the form beta today. Let's see what all information do they require. Let's spend 18 months to do everything so that no column is left blank. So that in universities like Ashoka or Flame, where there are 25,000 applications for 600 seats, you are the one who is among that 1,600. That's called planning. And if you're not doing this, trust me, the 7 days you're spending working, cooking food, taking care of the family, nobody's going to thank you. No kid will thank you if we are unable to guide our kid. We all feel कि बच्चे को iPad दिला दिया, काम हो गया. नहीं. The child will never remember the iPad you bought. The child will remember the time you spent on that iPad playing Angry Birds with the child. Remember that. So the careers are changing. Now let's talk about some top careers quickly. Careers other than engineering. और मैं साइंस, कॉमर्स और ह्यूमैनिटीज को मिक्स कर करके बोलता रहूंगा. अभी आने वाले सेक्शंस हैं टॉप करियर्स, उसके बाद है टॉप यूनिवर्सिटीज, उसके बाद है टॉप एंट्रेंस एग्जाम्स, उसके बाद है टॉप स्कॉलरशिप्स, और उसके बाद है हाउ डू यू गेट इनटू द हार्वर्ड, स्टैनफोर्ड, कार्नेगी मेलन, यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ ब्रिटिश कोलंबिया, Flame in India, Ashoka in India, Wesleyan College in the United States. How do you get into these universities with scholarships? I'm going to cover it all. So tell me one thing. How many of you are interested in listening everything? Then only I'll cover it. Else I know I need to cut it short. Yes or no will help. Thank you. Chat को चलने दीजिए yes or no से. कभी कभार आप ये भी बोल सकते हो, Abhishek, you are good. Everybody needs motivation. Like you need to be told, to all the mommies out there, like you need to be told by a kid, Mama, aaj rajma अच्छे बने हैं, and you feel happy. And the kid needs to be told कि बेटा तूने आज काम अच्छा किया है. Similarly, sometimes career counselors are also needed to be told that they are doing a good job. Thank you. So careers other than engineering, 4 careers I'm going to talk to you. All these 4 careers do not require an engineering degree. And these are the 4 highest paid careers after PCM in today's time. Rather, let me also tell you, 99% of the careers of the future, which ideally you should be talking to your kids. Ideally, I talk to Shivansh, and I'll even show you the list of careers which I shared with Shivansh 3 years back. Today he's in grade 11. मैंने 8th में share कर दिया था उसको, and we have been researching about these careers ever since. I'll show you the same sheet. But these 4 careers do not require engineering. Number 1 is data science. Data science अपने आप में इंडिया में $2 billion का इंडस्ट्री है. The more you use internet, the more amount of bank accounts being opened, the more trading happening on stock markets, the more insurance you are buying, the more purchase you are doing over internet. Everything is data. Even you and me talking right now is data. and data science is the future. An average salary, a starting salary of a data science kid in India from a good university is 12 lakh rupees a year, much better than all the names you can think of. Average salary of a data scientist in the United States is $120,000 a year. 1 crore rupees saal. Second is space sciences. Everybody thinks that you need to only do astrophysics to get into space science. That's not true. You can also do computational mathematics to get into space sciences. And fourth is artificial intelligence. Machine learning and artificial intelligence does not require computer engineering. Rather, it requires bachelor's of computer science, BSc in computer applications, or bachelor's of computer science. So these are the 4 degrees that you can think of. Bachelor's in data science is available in India in 2 forms of degrees. One is called bachelor's in data science. Actually, 3 forms of degrees. One degree will be called bachelor's in data science. The second degree will be called bachelor's in economics with minor in computer science. And the third degree will be called BCom in data science. So there is a Bachelor of Commerce in data science also. Computational mathematics, another degree, is available as bachelor's in applied computational mathematics in India. And this is that one amazing degree. In the same degree, the child can go and work for stock markets. And with the same degree, the child can work in space sciences. It's all about computers and mathematics. Basically, it's mathematical modeling on computer. And when you send a spacecraft to Mars, you don't go to Mars to check the angle. You sit on Earth, then you check the angle through computer, at what velocity, at what angle, at what times the booster engines will be started so that the orbit gets shifted. And fourth is AI. Data science is available in plethora of universities, whether it is Christ, Narsi Monji, Flame in India, SP Jain, Chennai Mathematical Institute, or Symbiosis. स्पेस साइंसेस में जाने के लिए पहला डिग्री होता है एस्ट्रोफिजिक्स, जिसके लिए व्हाट यू नीड टू डू इज बैचलर्स इन फिजिक्स and masters in astrophysics, or you need to do BSc in astrophysics. There are a lot of amazing universities around the world, including Georgia Tech, Caltech, UCLA, my college, UC Berkeley, Illinois Tech, which offer great programs in space sciences. Computational mathematics, again available. One of the highest paid careers after PCM is computational mathematics. Too much of demand, very little supply. And that's the career you need to focus on. And finally, like I said, AI. Now, let's quickly talk about 4 careers, according to me, for students who are in love with biology, but cannot clear NEET. अभी भी कुछ टाइम पहले मेरे साथ हुआ, एक बच्चा आया, उसके पेरेंट्स ने उसको डमी स्कूल में डाल दिया था. डमी स्कूल वालों ने 11th स्टैंडर्ड में 90% मार्क्स दिए. 12th में the child scored 33 in biology, which means child was not meant for biology. And guess what? Last 2 years, the child has been preparing for NEET. Can you imagine? In medicine, it's a 15-year-long journey, 5.5 years for MBBS if your child clears in 1 attempt the entrance exam. The problem is that will also not happen because the hit ratio is 0.01%. Guess what? 25 lakh applications this year for 1.37 lakh seats. Everybody is not making it. आप कितना ही किसी भी कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट में डाल दीजिए. 5.5 साल का MBBS, one including internship to get a degree, but nobody shows to an MBBS. In today's time, an MBBS does not even get a job as a medical representative. Forget about as a doctor in a hospital. 2 years of preparation for cracking MD or MS exam, 7.5. 2 years of MD and 3 years of MS, 10.5. Bare minimum 3 to 4 years in a good hospital under a good doctor before your child actually starts earning well. 15 years. Unfortunately, इस country में career counseling भी बड़े अजीब तरीके से होती है, विच इज कॉल्ड कंट्रोल सी कंट्रोल वी वे ऑफ करियर काउंसलिंग। शर्मा जी के बेटे ने गगन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मेडिकल प्रिपरेशन से तैयारी करके नीट लिखा, तो मिश्रा जी की बेटी भी यही लिखेगी, कंट्रोल सी कंट्रोल वी। We don't realize that there are 4, 5, 10 amazing careers with PCB which can make your and my child start earning as early as next 4 years or 5 years, and much more than becoming a doctor. The highest paid career of biology is not doctor, it's bioinformatics. And there are programs available in India and outside India called BSc in bioinformatics. Second highest paid career in biology is microbiology in today's time. Last 2 साल में after pandemic, $4 billion have gone inside this one particular career called bacteriology and virology. $4 billion. That's where the money is, that's where the demand is, and that's where there is very little supply in India. Third is forensic sciences, and fourth is sustainability. Now you would say, Abhishek, environmental science भी कोई career है? है. आपके मेरे टाइम पे नहीं था, आज के टाइम पे है. Open any big company's website, whether it is Facebook, Meta, Google, banking organizations, whether it is HDFC, ICICI, or HSBC, or Barclays. Rather, I'll tell you, my very good friend is Chief Sustainability Officer at Barclays, and you can't imagine his salary. Everybody is talking about zero carbon, that by 2035, we will be carbon neutral. Do you know sustainability in itself is going to be 10 times bigger opportunity than internet? Internet today is a $5 trillion economy, and they say environmental science and sustainability in next 10 years will be a $50 trillion economy. That's where the demand is. For commerce students, let's talk about, while there is a CA sitting in our forum right now, Mr. CA Kunal, so I will take the liberty of again taking his name and cracking a joke. If my son comes to me and says that, Papa, I love accounting and finance, I will still be the last person to ever suggest him to do a CA. I'll never suggest him to become a CA. Apart from Mr. Kunal, I'm yet to see a CA who is happy in life. No kidding. It's my opinion. I don't want my son to become a CA simply because you'll be working long hours. You'll be always burdened under the big, thick files. You'll be visiting GST, income tax, sales tax offices. And you'll be worried about not your own mistake, but your client's mistake. I don't want that kind of a career for my son. But having said that, apart from CACS, the 4 careers out of commerce with mathematics, one is business intelligence, one of the highest paid careers out of commerce. The second is actuarial science, which is nothing but a little bit of economics with a flair of mathematics and statistics. The third is risk management, and fourth is behavioral finance. These are 4 highest paid careers out of commerce with mathematics. Commerce without mathematics and humanities students, these are 4 careers that you can think of, and I'll also come to more careers out of humanities later. But there is a degree called BJMC, Bachelors of Journalism and Mass Communication, that does not means that you become a journalist. By doing BJMC or BA Honors in Mass Communication, you can go into corporate communication, public relations, social media marketing. All of them are great futuristic careers. Maths का component बहुत little है इसमें. The second degree is called digital marketing. Again, please remember the maths component is absolutely next to negligible. The third is BBA in human resource management, where again the maths component is very, very low. And the fourth, which is a big time futuristic career in today's time, you can work for big time travel and tourism companies, hospitality sector, hotels, airline industry, but you can start your own entrepreneurial venture. It's called BATTM, Bachelors in Travel and Tourism. Specifically for humanities students, 4 career जो आपको सोचना चाहिए. One is called BA in psychology or BSc psychology. Now, psychology does not mean that you become a psychologist. There are colleges in India today, universities in India today, where you can study major in psychology and minor in something else. So imagine psychology plus management is human resource. Psychology plus education is training and development. Psychology plus marketing is consumer behavior and advertising. Psychology plus computer science is artificial intelligence. Psychology plus economics is consumer behavior, behavioral economics. Psychology plus accounting is behavioral finance. And the list won't stop. सिर्फ दिमाग को थोड़ा सा खोलने की जरूरत है. Second is international relations. There are bachelor's program in international relations. However, whoever is doing international relations, my strong suggestion is that child should definitely pick up a foreign language and do good in that foreign language. For example, my son has done A1, A2 and B1 for Spanish, right? In next level, he's already a proficient Spanish speaker, writer. In next level, he'll become a native Spanish speaker and writer. Similarly, he has done Japanese. Now, if he chooses to do international relations, his job opportunities because of these two languages will be significantly high and salaries will be significantly high. Third, again, media and communication. And fourth is law. Law के बारे में भी मैं आपको एक चीज बता दूं. While I know I'm talking about only futuristic careers, because I am very clear, I should tell you what I talk to my son. Because if it is right for my son, that's what I should tell all of you. This is what I tell to all my students. Every year I do thousands of career counseling because that's my bread and butter. You should look at futuristic careers, not careers of the past, if you do not want your children to struggle. However, even when you do a traditional career, let's say you want to pick up law as a career, then please do not go for corporate law or mercantile law or criminal law. These are the careers which will be easiest replaced by GPT. Easiest. Even when you look at traditional careers, you need to look at futuristic degrees. For example, if I have to pick law, I will say data privacy law. Law hai, lawyers nahi hai. With internet, lot of data privacy is at risk. Companies are facing data threat. Then there is cyber security law. Every day there is a cyber crime. Sometimes we hear in the news that Amazon's 10,000 users' data has been lost, has been stolen. Credit card details have been stolen. So cyber security law. Law hai, lawyers nahi hai. And last, which is the most important, intellectual property rights law. Law regarding trademarks, copyrights, patents. Law hai, lawyers nahi hai. Some of the degrees, changing degrees that I want to talk to you about. Even if you're looking at doing a simple BBA or BCom, please understand a simple BBA and BCom has no value in today's time. No value, zero value. Even in our time, BCom never had any value. But we had a possibility BCom, MBA. But today, MBA also doesn't have any value. And guess what? 99, आप लोग सब अपने बच्चों को बोलते हैं ना, ग्रेजुएशन यहां से कर लो, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन के लिए अब्रॉड भेज देंगे. Is the wrong statement to make. Do you know the amount of scholarships available in graduation is 10 times higher than post-graduation? Number two, 99% of the kids of today will never do their post-graduation. They'll keep on doing online certifications and keep on changing jobs because now graduation has become super specialized. But even if you're still not wanting to listen to me, and if you still think you are right, वैसे तो अब जैसे कुणाल जी हैं, I'm sure I cannot be a better CA. I'm sure I cannot be a better CA than Mr. Kunal because I've never been a CA. Similarly, you all should not try and become a better counselor than me. जिसका काम उसको साधे. साधना से सिद्धि मिलती है. So even if you still do not want to listen to me, some of the BCom specializations in today's time available are BCom in computer applications, BCom in data science, BCom in banking and investment, and BCom in strategic finance. Similarly, For BBA, do not go for a plain, simple, vanilla BBA. Do BBA with a major and minor. Maybe BBA, major in marketing, minor in psychology, major in marketing, minor in digital marketing, major in finance, minor in computer science, so that you go into financial analytics. Those are the kind of BBA programs you need to look at. And guess what? Ye sari degrees India may be available hai. But my question is, why can't you all allow your children to apply both in India and outside India? Let them have offer letters and then decide on the merit of offer letters where you can afford and not afford. If you listen to my next 45 minutes carefully, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and if you're ready to take some actions, I promise you, irrespective of what your child is scoring, 90% of the audience sitting in this Zoom room today will end up sending their kids to the best of the universities with scholarships, because it's a science. There are 4 steps to do it. You do all the 4 steps right and on time. It's a science. ऐसे ही नहीं that newspapers लिख रहे हैं 75% of the students who go to Abhishek Gupta get scholarship. It's a science. Some students who want to do some short courses and are commerce students and science students to improve their employability. ये सारे courses 5 से 6 महीने के online करे जा सकते हैं. One is in stock markets and financial markets. The second one is in digital marketing. The third is MS Office, specific focus on Excel. For those of you who are working in the corporate, you know it. 99% of the people do not know how to use Excel well. And that's what you need when you need to grow up. PCM students, ethical hacking and cyber security, and commerce and PCM and humanities students, you should definitely do a course in business analytics. This will really help you increase your salary levels once you graduate, and these all should be done in high school itself. Design, only 4 careers. I will talk about UI, UX, graphic designing, product designing, and digital designing. Just remember 2 things. If you are a great sketch artist, does not mean that you'll be a great designer. Everybody comes to me and says, Abhishek, please tell us the best career out of 10 plus 2 PCM. Seriously, is that even a question to ask? Is every doctor successful in your world? No. Is every halwai successful in your city? No. Is every lawyer successful in your city? No. कोई 10 रुपए में नोटराइज भी कर रहे हैं और कोई 5 लाख रुपए की सिटिंग फीस भी ले रहे हैं per hearing. So it's not about which career is best out of 10 plus 2 PCM. It's about which career is so good for my child that my child can become top 1% in that career. So for example, I'm a career counselor. I'm among the top 1% career counselors in the world. That's the career meant for me. So just because you're a great sketch artist does not mean you'll become a great designer, because in today's time, the entire designing happens on computers. So if you do not have passion for learning CAD or CAM, computer-aided designing, computer-aided multimedia, you'll not be able to become a good designer. But if you want to look at 4 design careers, these are the 4 careers. There are bachelor's programs in it. But then I can also suggest you there are some great universities in India and outside India today which gives you bachelor's in design, not fashion design, interior design. It's called bachelor's in design. And you can pick minor in social media marketing, minor in digital marketing, because design is also used in graphics. Design is also used in social media, in making television ads, in making creatives, in advertising. They teach design thinking, not fashion design. For those of you who are thinking about fashion designing and interior designing, this is possibly not the session for you, simply because अगर एक छोटा बुटीक ही चालू कराना है तो फिर इस सेशन को सुनने की जरूरत नहीं. This session is about is for them who really truly want their children to become successful, and they do not want their children to struggle like you and me struggled. All right. Sports. I hear a lot of times kids come and say, I want to become a cricketer. I want to become a soccer player. I love Messi. I want to become Messi. For those of you who are living in these dreams, let me tell you, sometimes it's good to be realistic. So if you are not playing at the zonals or the district level or at the national level already by the age of 17, 18, chances are that you will not play for the national team or international matches in this lifetime. If you are a great footballer in school, but you think that you will be able to join a European league, football league, your color of the skin will never allow you to get inside. I've seen a lot of careers getting shattered by spending crores rupees and being in Europe. The easiest way is go to a great college, do a great degree, and play for the college team and the club, and then move forward. So that your backup career is also secured. Up to even film stars have a bachelor's degree in engineering or in data science, and then they enter. Then they enter. But if you are in love with sports, 5 careers in sports: sports management, sports psychology, sports analytics, which is nothing but data science in sports. It is very heavy in demand. Each IPL team has over 50 sports analytics people. उनका job बस players को analyze करना है. कितने एंगल से बॉल गिरेगी, कितने एंगल पे बैट पकड़ा हुआ है, what are the chances of a nick in the slips. Sports journalism and sports marketing. Now, we will talk about careers with high potential and demand. I will just take a 10-minute break. But before that, may I invite Avni? Avni, if you can just have a quick conversation with the 2 students of ours, Rohini Saha and Navya Sheth.
Okay, thanks, Abhishek. If I can request you to please stop sharing your screen so that the students can be seen. Okay. Hi, Navya. Are you around? Okay, can't see you. Okay, I will just have to allow Rohini to unmute herself.
Navya is there. I'll unmute her. Navya is also there, and I can also see Namrata.
Yes.
Navya's mom also being there. So good to have you both. Thank you, Namrata, for joining in. It's great to have a parent feedback as well. So thank you so much. And Rohini is also there. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just introduce both of them and hand over the mic to our Director of Student Engagement, Avni Parekh. Navya Seth is a student from Mumbai. She just gave her grade 12 exams, and she is moving into a university now. She's sitting on over 7 or 8 offer letters, including a full ride scholarship from Flame in India, multiple scholarship offers from around the world. She has an offer from University of Edinburgh, Warwick, Indiana Bloomington, Kelly School of Business. I don't know. There are some more offers. I have been coaching Navya and guiding Navya for last 3 years. She is also sitting with her mother, who is a fabulous, fabulous artist and an art teacher from Mumbai, Namrata. And we will be talking to her. And then we will also go to Rohini Saha. Rohini is from Calcutta. I've been coaching and mentoring her for last 3 years. And very proud to say she is also going on a full ride scholarship to Wesleyan College in the United States of America. Over to you, Avni. I'll take a 10-minute quick break till then.
Okay, thank you so much. So, Navya, when Abhishek sir was talking about your achievements, I did see on Tanu's face that she said, wow. Okay. So, you are already an inspiration for few of the students out there. So, congratulations and thank you so much for joining. Now, first, I'm going to definitely request your mom to come in because I know that you have a long journey to share with the students and the parents. And, you know, a lot of parents would should understand from your mom that a couple of questions, because there is always a deliberation and a discussion about India or abroad. So that would be my obviously second question to you. But my first question to you is, obviously we know that Navya has been a high achiever student. She had what, 8 A stars in her IGCSEs. Obviously you do know, and I also know that she was confused whether she wants to do whether she should go for English literature, which is her natural love, I would say. But all of us were against it, and we were like, you are not going overseas or anywhere and doing your English literature. And eventually, yes, we know that she's going to go for something in marketing as her major. My first question to you is that high achieving student has got multiple offers. Why do you think as a parent, and to everybody who is listening to us right now, almost 250 plus, why do you think, mentoring or coaching or guidance is important? Because typically everybody feels that ग्रेट ट्वेल्थ में आ जाएंगे तब देख लेंगे कि क्या करना है. But obviously you as a parent decided, no, I want to start for her from as young as grade 10th. So what was your reason for you to start that entire process in at a very early age, I would rather say. So over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Avni. So my main reason was, because Navya was so good at everything and her passion was literature, so we were like so confused as to which field she should get into. Because certain times like bacha like ek subject mate like good, so it's very easy to sort out. With her, she loved everything, and even for we were very sure she's going abroad. Like India was back up, but then definitely abroad. That's why she was in this curriculum too. So for that, we really didn't know what was the kind of profile that was needed, because Navya as a child is someone who will want to do everything for a profile. She was all over the place, so she didn't have that proper guidance. So that's when a mentor was really needed to stop her rather than there are mentors needed to push, but here it was like the right time, stop and push. So that's when mentor was really needed for her, and she needed to give her SATs and all. So we were like very lost as to exactly what is needed for her kind of course, and what is the right fit for her university also. We just didn't want to go on ranking, but as like you all know, we are from 3 years now. So what is the right fit for her as an individual, which as parents we would not know for her curriculum, and as as a person what would be the best for her. So for the perfect guidance we needed a mentor.
Okay, so everybody who is listening, Namrata Seth, mother of Navya Seth, and Navya was also our recipient of the Be Inspired Award for the Student of the Year, because she has a book to herself. She has done a community service project called as Project Gift a Smile, where she raised almost close to about 10,000 rupees, which she gave it to an NGO to help them with something. And that is something which is coming from the proceedings of her book sale. And the mother is saying right now that she wanted a mentor, or she wanted somebody to guide Navya, because yes, I know Navya wants to do everything and anything. After a point in time, it was very important for us to let her know that you need to put a stop to what you have been doing. You cannot do everything, but then after a point in time, focus on what is on in hand for you particularly. So we know that Navya has all 5-on-5 offers from from UK. When it comes to her US, also she has an NYU, she has a Kelly School, which is a very prestigious B school in the US. She has a full ride from India, from Flame University, where she practically could study free of cost. Okay. Flame's cost of education is close to about 8 lakhs per year, so close to about 40 lakhs for 4 years. But we know that you have decided to send Navya abroad. Obviously, right now we know that she's going to the UK. Okay. You as a parent, what was your reasons? Okay, that even though she could study free of cost, you are still sending her overseas to study, because there is always this deliberation, and she's also as young as the other students over here. Okay, close to about 18 years, 17, 18, whatever it is. So why are you sending her abroad at such a naive age?
Because I have full confidence in Navya. I like Indian families where parents are very overprotective and all, and she being the only daughter, it's obvious it was there. So I wanted her to get out of it and have a global exposure. And then I have confidence in her, and she is like very determined of going, and I know she'll make us proud as always. So then I think the major factor was that the global exposure, she's very independent in life. Then she learned things. She learned way more than what she would be here. So that's our main reason.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I'm just going to say I'm going to be forced to do my own laundry.
Everything,
wash
what
my
she's
own
never
clothes.
done. As I said,
Yeah,
she's,
so
very overprotective here. So I really want her to know basic life skills. And, but she would not listen to me as a mother, but, life will teach her there
when
once
you're
she's-
getting food on a plate ready, served, you will not want to go to the kitchen and prepare it. But when there you have no option, you got to do
So
it.
it's like for an overall development, I want her to go not only as an academic or, no.
Okay, so Namrata Seth, mother of Navya Seth, says that she obviously wants Navya to have the global exposure. She wants her to go and be a global citizen, but she also wants Navya to be independent, which typically, fortunately, unfortunately, is very difficult in a family setup, because obviously she is a pampered kid, which we all know, and she is somebody who is trying her luck. She is trying her level best to learn a lot of life skills right now also. Now, Navya, I will ask you, thank you so much, Ms. Namrata Seth. I do know you have your other engagements, but thank you so much for doing this for us. But
Pleasure.
Navya, now coming to you, okay. Now, obviously, you are a student from the international curriculum. You have had your 8 IGCSEs, you did your different subjects. Obviously, you had English and psychology and business and a lot of subjects that you studied. What is your reason? And you were always very clear that, I want to keep my backup options of India as well open. But you as a student, you decided that, yes, I want to go overseas. What's your reasons of going overseas? Number one, okay. But before that, in nothing more than 30 seconds, let the parents and the students know your entire journey with High School Moms and Guide.ai.
You say often that you meet people that change your life. I think high school mom was that for me. It was a simple business entrepreneurship internship that I came across 2.5 years during COVID, before 2.5 years during COVID. And I thought, why not just try my luck? I anyways wanted to build my profile. And that's how I got to know about high school moms. Ever since then, I think I have observed that incremental learning curve in my own life. That trajectory, which I anticipated 4 years ago, for me has been very different to what it is now, because the growth I've had as in person is unparalleled. Whether it is doing internships, being a part of the Guide Student Council and the Guide Student Club, meeting amazing people. I mean, I have a friend who's currently in the US and she's coming down and visiting me in 2 weeks. So that's the kind of relationships I've been able to establish and forge. And of course, the impact and value addition that has happened to my profile, that has actually helped me secure those scholarship and admits from the top 30 universities, whether it's Warwick Business School or Edinburgh or NYU for that matter. So I think that's there. And of course, it's been a great support for me. That handholding that I've had throughout the entire journey has, given me confidence in my own abilities, and has even helped me, as mom said and as ma'am said right now, it taught me where I need to slow down, cut down, and, actually work on those skills that are my forte. So I think that's been really helpful, and I'm looking forward to this in the near future as well.
Okay, so everybody who is listening to us, just another maybe 2-3 minutes, and we will be going to the next section, which is how is Navya as well as Rohini got into the best of the universities, got scholarships. What is it that they did? And that is what Abhishek sir is going to cover, because yes, scholarships are for real. Rohini is sitting on $184,000 of scholarship, or for that matter, our president of the Guide Student Club, Siddhant Bhardwaj, he got $180,000 scholarship from University of British Columbia. Okay, Navya, last question to you. Okay, why do you think profile building is important for the students?
Sure. So I think this is my favorite question to answer, because I've seen it with my own self. I have a friend who had a 95 in her 98 in her board exams, and I was with a 95. And when we had the student council elections in our school, I always felt that, she's with a 98, she has much higher chances. And then I ended up becoming head girl. So there, and that was like the biggest learning lesson for me, that it's not only about your academics. What separates you from the herd of students is your soft skills, your passion and your determination to excel. And whatever you do today outside the four walls of your classroom is a mirror for what your trajectory once you step into the a market into the job market will be, because you're using your soft skills. You're not going to be using your theoretical knowledge only. And I think all the parents who are here, who are working professionals, will be able to relate with this, that nobody has ever asked you what is your 95, sorry, grade 10 percentile, but they asked you what internships you would have done, or what is your previous job that you were at, and what roles did you perform. So that's the case with students as well. Universities want students that can actually add value to their institution. They can they can actually help them cultivate a place that is, I would say, wholesome for students, where they can also learn different things. So they want a class that's really interesting, not just a smart class, because
Sure.
Harvard is going to have everybody with a 1500 plus on the SAT. So
Absolutely.
what's the differentiating factor? It's
Perfect.
this,
Okay.
apart from your.
So thank you so much, Navya Seth. I will just ask one quick question because I want Rohini to answer this question before Abhishek comes back and shares the entire roadmap, whether it is about scholarships, whether it is how do you select a university and how you do it. Because most of the time, if not all the time, parents and students do ask that, okay, you gave so much of information, but how you actually start. And Rohini, over to you right now. Okay, somebody who is sitting on a full ride scholarship from Wesleyan College, which is one of the oldest degree granting institute in the US for women. And obviously, I do know your personal journey, did your SATs, wrote multiple essays, was a part of the Guide Student Council. So over to you in quick 30 to 45 seconds to help everybody understand who is Rohini and how did she get the full ride from Wesleyan College.
So, good afternoon, everyone. I am Rohini. I'm from Kolkata, and I'm very happy to inform you that I will be joining Wesleyan College this August. And I'm also feeling very grateful that I have received the full ride scholarship here. And I must say, all credit goes to High School Moms, because High School Moms has played a phenomenal. It has been a phenomenal journey, and I'm truly grateful to have High School Moms in my life. So I came across High School Moms last 3 years ago. I was completely surrounded by darkness at that point of time, and I was clueless. How should I proceed on? Because I had no idea what about the different careers and all. So I must also say that High School Moms helped me evolve as a person, because I'll be honest here. 2.5 years back, I was not able to speak coming on a public platform, but here I am today, though I believe that I can still become better, but all thanks to High School Moms. And in getting scholarships these days in the modern evolving world, academics and your profile is extremely important. Colleges don't want to see your certificates, what certificates you have won, but they're very interested in knowing what you have done beyond your curriculum. So here, where being a part of the Guide Student Club and Guide Student Council has helped me build my profile. Here, I did the internships, master classes, and the best part is that I came across such amazing people. Like Navya is from Mumbai, I'm from Kolkata, and we became such great friends. And here, becoming part of the student club, I got to make such new connections. And as Abhishek sir always says, that your network is your net worth. So I feel truly blessed to have Guide and High School Moms in my life.
Thank you so much, Rohini, for that beautiful, a quick sneak peek into what you have been doing with High School Moms. I would say it's truly our pleasure to be, mentors in your life. And it's also amazing to see two students who actually did an internship under President Megan Blight. She's the president of Wesleyan College, and they worked with President Blight for 8 weeks on a problem statement, gave her a solution for Wesleyan College, and the same was also being presented to the executive leadership team of Wesleyan College. So thank you both of you for sharing your journey, for helping the students and the parents that why is the entire profile building journey is so important, your reasons to be a part of High School Moms and Guide.ai. And now I am going to request Abhishek sir to come back and help the parents and students understand universities. How do you shortlist universities? how do you get scholarships, and what is it that they need to do to get amazing offers and scholarships like Navya, Rohini, and many other students of ours. Thank you so much, girls.
Thank you so much, Navya. Thank you so much, Rohini. All the best and super proud of you both. And thank you, Avni, for conducting this panel discussion. And now let's quickly share the screen. All right. What I'll do is because all of you honored me by being on the camera, so many of you, I'm going to leave you guys today with one profile building opportunity, which is ideally for our student club members. But I'm going to leave you all today. And tonight, your kids can actually participate in it. One profile building opportunity, and that'll be absolutely free of cost from our side. And they will get a certificate from one of the finest professors for attending that certificate workshop. After the certificate workshop, they'll have to write a quiz, and then only they will be able to get a certificate. So I will let you guys be with that. It's amazing to see when kids like Navya, Rohini, Rushil, Siddhant Bhardwaj, Shreya Rathor, so many of them. I've had the honor and privilege of meeting them in person also. While I've counseled them, students come to me from around the world, whether it is India or outside India, and I only meet them over Zoom. I only career counsel them over Zoom, and I only mentor them over the years over Zoom. But I have this habit where every time I visit their city, my Instagram tells them that I'm in that city, and B, we find out time to meet them. I've met Rohini. She has given me a beautiful card last time I met her in Calcutta. And Navya, I can't tell you how much indebted I am for all those Bombay sandwiches you bring to me every time I come to see you. And all those Bombay sandwiches, which I'm a big fan of. That's my favorite and most favorite dish on planet Earth, Mumbai sandwich. So thank you so much. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to also tell you a little bit about the student club, how your kids can become a member of the student club. I will tell you all of that in detail later on. Rather, it's very exciting for me to tell you. Let me not share the beans. Let Avni share the beans. Avni, there are 2 student club workshops dedicated and exclusively for student club, which are happening in June. Can you just quickly, 30 seconds, spell it?
Okay, so there are 2 opportunities. So one who is interested in creative art or something to do with design, I am getting somebody to help you learn more about different techniques, about creativity, about innovation. So that's happening on the 1st of June. And we are getting the former Prime Minister of Belgium to come and teach and talk and interact with the members of the Guide Student Club on the 7th of June. Again, to come and teach them something, which is whether it is with EU, which is European European unions, whether it is the challenges, whether it is the collaboration. So a lot that you can expect. And the former Prime Minister is genuinely very excited, because he said that I typically deal with youths, but let me come and talk to the students of your community. And they are the high school students. So you are typically expecting something between 15 to 17. So look out for these 2 opportunities for exclusively for the Guide Student Club.
And very soon we will also possibly bring somebody from United Nations to come and talk to the student club members. So I will tell you how you can become a student club member and how your children can actually participate in the club, in the council, and lead the council. पूरा क्लब 40,000 बच्चों का एक 35 मेंबर कमिटी लीड करती है, जिसमें प्रेसिडेंट होता है, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट होता है, सेवरल कमिटीज होती हैं, उन कमिटीज के डायरेक्टर्स एंड एसोसिएट डायरेक्टर्स होते हैं, उस कमिटीज के मेंबर्स होते हैं, and then the student club members are there. And I will tell you how you can do internships and workshops all with these all within the club itself. Having said that, let me go back to my presentation. So careers with high potential and demand, and those are interdisciplinary. My next slide, ladies and gentlemen, let me honestly and candidly tell you, was made for my son 3 years back. This is the slide which, at the request of my son, I have now incorporated as a part of the presentation. So while the entire presentation looks very formal, this slide looks a little kiddish. So pardon me for doing that. because when he was in grade 8, to get him excited, I created this slide. And very proud to say that my son, though he, after being one of the finest debaters in the world and a part of the India debating squad, and after being one of the finest coders in the world, after being a professional Spanish and Japanese speaker and writer, after being a semi-professional in guitar and drums, he chose to actually go for a futuristic career and listen to my advice. He's not taking engineering. He's not doing CACS. He's not doing law. He's going for data science as a career, which is bachelor's in economics major and minors in computer science. So that's what he's going to go for. But here is the slide. Looks a little kiddish, but this slide has possibly all the careers that one should think about. This slide has all the careers out of the subjects that your child you might be interested in. For example, your child loves biology, but loves biology, not because your child has scored well in biology. Unfortunately, dusra tarika after Control C and Control V way of counseling in our country is mamma's way of career counseling or papa's way of career counseling. Now, mamma's, papa's way of career counseling is very unique. The child will come back from school in grade 11 and say, Mama, I got 95 in biology. And मम्मा आराम से काउच पे लेटी हुई थी दोपहर में, वो जंप करके खड़ी हो गई और बोलती हैं, बेटा, you are the doctor I wanted to see in my family. हो गया career counseling. Nobody asked that poor kid, बेटा 15 साल पढ़ लीजिएगा. As if आपके पैसे पे 5.5 लाख रुपए पे गगन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मेडिकल प्रिपरेशन का नाम ही छपा हुआ था. आई एम सॉरी, मैं करेक्ट नाम नहीं ले सकता हूं, मेरे लॉयर ने मना किया, बट गगन का पर्यायवाची आप लोग लगा लें, राइट? सो मैं करेक्ट नाम नहीं ले सकता. द फैक्ट रिमेन्स इज, इफ आई लव बायोलॉजी बट आई हेट केमिस्ट्री, I cannot become a doctor, right? And I see Tanu being excited. I love biology, but I hate chemistry. And she's now giving a thumbs up. Then, if you can do a 6 months program in Python and combine biology and Python, that's when you get into the highest paid career in biology today called bioinformatics. Just 6 months program in Python with biology. And then you can get into a degree called bachelor's in bioinformatics. Second, if I love biology, but I hate physics, I can still get into a career called bacteriology or virology. $4 billion have gone inside these two careers in last few years. And even if your child gets 0.00000000001% of this, we are still talking about a millionaire in dollars. So there are, if you look at the futuristic careers, most of the careers are a byproduct of combination of subjects. And that's why when you choose a university in today's time, और मैं आपको वो भी दिखाऊंगा कि आपके मेरे टाइम की यूनिवर्सिटीज कौन सी थी, और मेरे बेटे के लिए मैंने अगर इंडिया चूज करना हो, दो आई नो ही इज नॉट गोना स्टडी इन इंडिया बिकॉज हिज फादर हैज स्टडीड आउटसाइड इंडिया ऑन स्कॉलरशिप, सो ही इज डेफिनेटली, आई मीन ही विल गेट स्कॉलरशिप. उसके दो रीजन है. नंबर वन, उसके नाम के आगे गुप्ता लिखा है, सो वो बढ़िया है, तो उसको स्कॉलरशिप लेके ही जाना पड़ेगा. एंड नंबर टू, उसके पापा के नाम के आगे भी गुप्ता लिखा है, वो भी बढ़िया है, तो उसको स्कॉलरशिप लेके ही जाना पड़ेगा. Forget about that he is great or not so great. The fact remains is there is money on the table and he should get it. Most of the careers of the future are interdisciplinary. And ऐसे moment पे मैं आपसे एक question और पूछता हूं. Let me make all of you a CEO for next 30 seconds. Even mothers, kids, fathers, everybody becomes a CEO. You have one vacancy and two candidates apply, and this is very serious, ladies and gentlemen. So please take it seriously. You have one vacancy and two candidates apply. The first one says, I have 95% in school and 90% in college. The second one comes and says, I have 85% in school and 80% in college. But sir, when I was coming for this interview, I realized last summer vacation, I did 2 internships and one was under your competition. My question to all of you is, how many of you will select the one? How many of you will select number 2? Please tell me in the chat. Imagine everybody will select number 2. अब एक क्वेश्चन पूछूं, फिर अपने बच्चों के टाइम पे क्यों भूल जाते हो? If everybody is going to hire somebody who has done internships and build profile, and then you think that your child should be hired by somebody without anything. How is that possible? So while I cannot go into all these careers, my request is top 4 मैंने बता दिए, बाकी सारे careers इस screen पे हैं, प्लीज इनके बारे में रिसर्च करिए. बट एक चीज याद रखिए, बायोलॉजी पढ़ने का मतलब ये नहीं है कि मैं बायोलॉजिस्ट बन गया, ऐसे ही साइकोलॉजी पढ़ने का मतलब ये नहीं है कि मैं साइकोलॉजिस्ट बन गया. प्लीज गेट इट राइट. अब आते हैं नेक्स्ट सेक्शन, यूनिवर्सिटी एडमिशंस. आज के टाइम पे यूनिवर्सिटी के एडमिशंस चाहे इंडिया हो चाहे आउटसाइड इंडिया हो, दे हैव कंप्लीटली चेंज्ड. लेट मी गिव यू एन एग्जांपल. In India, there was a time when admissions used to happen only on the basis of grade 12 marks. Today, while grade 12 marks are important, they are important only to the tune of 30%. 70% of college admissions, 70, is profile. The problem is, we all do not even know how to build profile, and I will even give you a solution of that. मैंने जो भी आपको इंफॉर्मेशन दे रहा हूं, अभी अगले 30 मिनट तक मैं सिर्फ इंफॉर्मेशन दूंगा, उसके बाद 15 मिनट में आपको ये बताऊंगा कि ये कैसे करना है आपको, एंड उसके बाद 15-20 मिनट अपन क्वेश्चन आंसर्स लेंगे, या तो आज लेंगे नहीं तो कल सुबह लेंगे. कल सुबह आई एम हैप्पी टू मीट अगेन एट अबाउट 11 or 10:30 and take some individual questions and answers. Having said that, if your child, let's assume your child is in has entered grade 12 this year, 2024 में उन्होंने 11th के फाइनल्स लिखे and has entered grade 12. The timeline is like this. The applications will open in August, September in 2024 itself. I am talking about India and outside India both. The offer letters will start coming as early as 1st of December, which means majority of the offer letters will come by 31st of March. Bare minimum 4 to 5 months before board results are announced. कैसे हो रहा है ये एडमिशन? I'll even tell you कि आप कैसे अपने बच्चे को राउंड 1 में अप्लाई करवा सकते हैं without even board exams starting. लिस्ट, ये मेरा लिस्ट था, शायद आप में से कईयों का लिस्ट भी ऐसा ही रहा होगा. My list when I was in school is on the left. Look at the list on the right for my son. And then you will realize that the universities have changed. And if you're still thinking about the universities on the left, you're going wrong somewhere, because universities on the left do not give internships and universities on the right give internships and research. That's why 25,000 applications in Flame for about 500-600 seats. And guess what? No agent required. Your own community, High School Moms is your community. Your own community, out of 15 full ride scholarships that Flame gives in the country, 4 of them are with High School Moms. 4 of them. Out of 4 full rides Wesleyan College gives in India, all 4 of them are with High School Moms. All 4 of them. Can you imagine? That's the power of your community. So admissions processes have changed because NEP की वजह से the focus on scores is not there anymore. So what is the process looking like? उससे पहले जरूरी है ये समझना, what are universities looking for in your child? Now, I remember I asked you a question in the beginning. How many of you have actually opened the application forms 2 years in advance to see what universities want? And everybody said no. Since you have not opened it, let me open it for you and show it to you and make it easy for you. India's #1 private university in today's time is possibly Flame. Look at their one page out of the first 2. First was generic information, which had 1 column for scores. But the second page to last page is about list your achievements, awards, honors, scholarships in sport or extracurriculars or community service. It also asks can you please list your social media handles? So while you say that the child should not be on Instagram, I tell my son, you should be on Instagram and LinkedIn and Twitter, on Snapchat, but you should know what you're posting, because universities will look at it. I don't tell them not to be on Instagram. Ashoka, essay ke after essay ke after essay. 3,000 words, and it is not about your academics. Those of you who want to go abroad, another page of Ashoka. Describe a social issue, local or global impact, which concerns you. What are the different points of view of your research on the issue? What is your personal view, and how do you intend to contribute? Common App, for those who want to apply to United States, whether to Harvard or whether to Wesleyan or my college, UCLA, you'll have to fill a form called Common App. For University of California, you'll have to fill University of California's application form. But Common App asks for 7 different essays, and you have to write bare minimum 3. Stanford, 8 essay prompts. So if you look at the application, both in India and outside India in today's time, of the best of the universities, you will realize that 30% focus is on academics. But board results to aaye nahi, to admission kaise hua? And 70% focus is on extracurricular. So ये भी बताऊंगा कि बोर्ड, मैं लिख रहा हूं यहाँ पे कि मुझे बाद में बताना है कि बिना बोर्ड रिजल्ट के एडमिशन हुआ कैसे. But universities will look at 3 things: interest, skills, and aptitude. Now, interest और skills निकल के आता है एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर्स से. एप्टीट्यूड का मतलब हो गया उस यूनिवर्सिटी का अपना एंट्रेंस एग्जाम या CUET या SAT. किसी ने पूछा था कि कैन यू ऑल्सो हेल्प अस ऑन SAT? प्लीज रिमेंबर, सबसे पहले, yes, I will help you with everything to do with college and career planning. There is nothing that I will not help you on. As long as you stay till the end and make notes and understand what we are talking about. At this juncture, I really need to know in the chat if you guys want me to continue and keep sharing. Thank you. According to NEP, and NEP is already implemented. You guys are thinking it is not implemented. It is already implemented. Academics used to tell only how good your student is in terms of marks. And that's why it was the toppers who were getting admission, but toppers could not even know how to speak well because they just mugged up and got the scores. A report was published after meeting the CEOs, and hundreds and thousands of CEOs were interviewed, and 90% of them never scored above 90%. And that's why NEP said that we need to look at extracurriculars, because your extracurriculars tell us about your interest, your personality, your leadership skills, your ability to work in a team, your community awareness, and it also shows us your learning curve. And that's why the college application and admissions and scholarship process was changed to this equation. Academics 30%, 40% is profile, and 30% were college essays and SOPs, which were also dependent on the profile. That's why the arrow is coming like this. I will talk to you later in last 15 minutes, how do you build profile? But it was important for you to understand, and I'll give you 2 examples of this year. One student came to me late last year. She came from a reference. Otherwise, I never take a student under my guidance that late in life. The girl scored 96% in grade 10. She scored 95 in boards. Her ISC results are out. She has scored 96% in ISC. She is still waiting to get an offer letter because she did nothing, even after me suggesting her. I have another student who scored 89% and is sitting on all offer letters, including a full ride from Flame University. I do not know whether you understand this or not. आप सलाह भी वो दे रहे हैं बच्चों को जो सलाह आपके खुद के लिए काम नहीं आई थी. So how do you build profile? I will tell you in the end. Top entrance exams. I am not going to talk about IIT or NEET. Everybody knows it. My only suggestion is, if you are planning to take a dummy school for your child, stop right now. Dummy school is the dumbest decision one can take as a parent. The hit ratio of IIT or NEET is 1%, 0.01%. Even if you take a dummy school, that's also going to be same. Even after you take a gap year, that's also going to be same. However, it is very fascinating for me to see, जब मैं बच्चों से पूछता हूं IIT क्लियर होगा, 99% बच्चे बोलते हैं सर नहीं होगा. And then I ask the parent, have you created plan B? And their answer is no. As a parent, my job is to create plan B, which is better than plan A. In management, they teach you the first thing, that your plan B has to be much stronger and better than plan A. So I will tell you about few exams that you all write. But सबसे पहले, dummy school is a wrong decision. Your child is already an introvert. He or she will become more introvert. और एक चीज याद रखिएगा, मैं आपसे चलिए एक क्वेश्चन पूछता हूं अब. और because this session was free of cost, so let me ask you this question. How many of you think by now that I am a decent enough career counselor? Maybe not very good, but decent enough career counselor. A yes or a no will help. I really like Renuka Moreji sitting with her kid, and she's still very active. Thank you, Renuka ji. Thank you. Now, my one question is, but I have not even counseled your child. How do you know I'm a good career counselor? I'm just making a presentation. The answer is, you just judged me on a communication skills. Oh, he's talking well. He's talking both in English and both in Hindi. He's talking to an audience full of parents and students, and all of them are interested at the same time. He's making everybody laugh at the same time. I do not remember last time when I sat with my son for 3 hours together. He has been able to make me and my son sit together. That's how you judged me. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how the world is going to judge your child. And you cannot complain. Dummy school is not good for our children. Please stay away from it. Top entrance exams that people often write in this country: CUET, CLAT, JEE, NEET, SAT and IP MAT. इसमें से दो मैंने hard code करे हैं in brown color. CUET and SAT. CUET and SAT. CUET is for government universities. SAT is for private universities. And guess what? जितने जनों को ये लगता है कि SAT is only for United States, please wake up. Please wake up. SAT is accepted in 50 plus universities in India, and your child will not have to write 50 plus entrance exams to go into the best of the universities. CUET के बारे में सबको पता है. CUET में 3 sections होते हैं: language, general aptitude and domain specific knowledge. SAT की जब आप तैयारी करते हैं तो CUET का general aptitude section भी तैयार हो चुका होता है. So if I were you, instead of spending 5.5 lakh rupees on IIT and NEET prep, I would spend 1 lakh rupee on SAT prep, because A, it is accepted by the best of the universities. B, it allows my child to apply 1 year before. And C, it allows my child to get a admission offer 6 months before even board results are announced. and I will tell you how to prepare for SAT also. अगर आप बस लास्ट तक रुके. अब एक क्वेश्चन आता है, इज SAT फॉर कॉमर्स स्टूडेंट्स, ह्यूमैनिटीज स्टूडेंट्स और साइंस स्टूडेंट्स? एक बार बोलूंगा, दोबारा नहीं बोलूंगा. SAT is an admissions exam irrespective of the stream, the subjects that you have chosen. Everybody should write SAT. Whether you're preparing for IIT, write SAT. If you're preparing for NEET, write SAT. If you're a commerce student, write SAT. You're writing IP MAT, write SAT. You are writing BHM, write SAT. You're writing CLAT, write SAT. Please, heaven's sake, write SAT. And I'll tell you multiple reasons for it. But पहले आपको दिखाता हूं एक स्लाइड जिसपे 5 रीजंस हैं SAT देने के, और एक डिस्क्लेमर देता हूं. आपके बच्चों को मैं आज बोल रहा हूं SAT देने के लिए. I made my son write SAT in grade 9. You know why? I told Shivansh only one thing. Beta, SAT is valid for 5 years. If you write it in grade 9, you'll not have to write any other entrance test ever. The score is valid for 5 years. And best part, SAT happens 7 times a year. Your child can write 2 attempts. He or she can write more than 2 attempts also, but universities do not like the 3rd attempt. And you cannot hide any score. So you should never take the first attempt without any preparation. Because when you send the second score, your first score will also go. But when you take the second attempt, the best out of the 2 attempts will be counted. अब इमेजिन करिए, कुछ फॉर्म्स दिखाता हूं मैं आपको. फ्लेम इंडिया, सिम्बायोसिस स्कूल ऑफ लिबरल आर्ट्स इंडिया. अगर आपने SAT दिया है तो आपको फ्लेम का एंट्रेंस लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. अगर आपने SAT दिया है तो आपको सिम्बायोसिस का एंट्रेंस लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. इससे ज्यादा क्या प्रूव होगा? अब देखिए क्या होता है. मान लीजिए आपका बच्चा मेरे बच्चे की तरह फ्लेम अप्लाई करना चाहता है. My son wants to apply flame because hands given it is possibly the best university in India in today's time. If he opens the form after few initial details will say, have you taken the SAT question mark? The moment he clicks no, it says you will be first required to clear flame zone entrance called feet. But imagine if he says a yes, immediately the form says you are free from writing our entrance. Go ahead, submit the form and schedule your interview. Do you understand the value? Yes or no? Ladies and gentlemen, parents, yes or no? एक SAT 100 बीमारियों की दवा है. And I will tell you how to prepare for SAT also. But SAT cannot be prepared by yourself. Like IIT, अगर आपका बच्चा आपके पास आके बोलता कि मुझे IIT की तैयारी करनी है, आप उसे छोड़ देते क्या कि अपने आप तैयारी करो? नहीं ना. So like IIT cannot be prepared by yourself, even SAT cannot be prepared by yourself. Just because this exam takes only 3 months to prepare does not mean you can prepare it yourself, because the exam checks you on maths and English. But the questions are not made by maths or English teachers, they are made by psychologists. Let me ask you a question. आपकी फिंगर आपके कीबोर्ड पे होनी चाहिए, और जैसे ही मैं क्वेश्चन खत्म करूं आपको एक जवाब देना है, और फिर चैट को देखिएगा. Give me any random number that comes to your mind. Quick. Look at that. Nobody gave me a 0 or a negative. Nobody. Not even 1 0 or a negative. Welcome to the world of SAT. The most obvious answer is the most incorrect answer. एक volunteer चाहिए parent में से. Any one volunteer who can just answer one of my question, who can raise a hand and say that Abhishek, I'm ready to help you. Deepti ji, I'm unmuting you. थैंक यू दीप्ति जी। मेरे पास एक क्वेश्चन है आपके लिए। कैन यू हियर मी प्रॉपर्ली? कैन यू हियर मी प्रॉपर्ली दीप्ति?
यस यस सर, पूछिए।
Okay, I will give one statement in Hindi, or maybe I will give you in English. Can you translate that in Hindi for me? Very simple statement.
ओके सर, डन।
I love you. Please translate that in Hindi for me.
मैं तुम्हें प्यार करती हूँ।
Okay. Now, I will give you one more statement. Please translate that. I love only you.
मैं सिर्फ तुमसे प्यार करती हूँ।
Okay. I'll give you one more statement. Please translate that, ma'am. Only I love you.
सिर्फ मैं तुमसे प्यार करती हूँ।
Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 statements separated by only one word called only. I love you, मैं तुमसे प्यार करता हूं. I love only you, मैं सिर्फ तुमसे प्यार करता हूं और किसी और से नहीं करता. Only is a very strong word, mind you. सिर्फ मैं तुमसे प्यार करता हूं, that is only I love you. सिर्फ मैं तुमसे प्यार करता हूं और किसी और से नहीं करता. One word only changes the entire meaning of the sentence. Welcome to the world of SAT. That's why the toppers of the class struggle at SAT and the backbenchers of the class top the SAT and go to the finest of the universities because there is nothing to mug up. Imagine a paper where calculator is allowed and you will still go wrong. Imagine a paper which can be prepared in 3 months flat. Imagine a paper where you can give 2 attempts, that too which are valid for 5 years. अगर आप फ्लेम का अपना एंट्रेंस लिखते खराब हो जाता तो पूरा साल खराब, वर्सेस आप एसएटी 2 बार भी लिखते तो भी बेस्ट स्कोर दे सकते थे और फ्लेम का एंट्रेंस बच जाता. Understand the importance of SAT. While SAT is accepted internationally, in India it is accepted in 50 plus universities. It gets you admission and gets you scholarship. It builds your profile. Also, for those of you who think SAT is only for United States, wake up. Open the common app of United Kingdom, UCAS. That's the reason why Navya wrote SAT. जबकि आप Google करेंगे तो बोलेगा UK does not need SAT. Then why did Navya write? Why did Aksh Sabharwal, my student who went to LSC, or Arna Garg, my student who is going to LSC this year, London School of Economics, it is the toughest program and toughest university to get into for economics. They wrote SAT. Why? Simply because you cannot get into the best of the universities by keeping a column blank. If you want to go to Canada, and I'll show you, Ashoka, SAT, Plaksha, SAT, Harvard, Dartmouth, SAT, Yale, SAT, United Kingdom, please mention your SAT score. Common App, SAT, MIT, SAT. I am yet to see a form which does not have space to mention the SAT score, and your children are not preparing for SAT. And then you say you love your child. Love is not working 7 days a week. Like I said, they do not value the iPad. They value the time you spend on iPad with them playing Angry Birds. Angry Bird is my favorite game. That's why I keep on taking that name. Now, how do you prepare? So I'll tell you the journey of Rohini from Calcutta, Navya from Mumbai, Rushil from Mumbai, Aksh Sabharwal from Singapore, Adya from Pune, Sakshi from Bangalore. All the students who come to me, who got scholarships and admissions this year or year after year, they give SAT. Your child should also give SAT. And some of them are going in India. Some of them are going outside India. SAT is for everybody. I repeat, it's for everybody. If I were you, your child should write SAT by October of this year. If you are in grade 10, definitely make them write by October of this year because 10th is the easiest class of CBSE. आप सब ये गलती करने वाले हैं. 10th में 95 आएगा, आप साइंस दिलाएंगे. 11th में बच्चे का 77 आएगा. Because marks never should define the career. Aptitude and interest and skills define the career. That's when you become top 1% in that career. So I'll tell you my example, personal example. Shivansh wanted to prepare for SAT and I told him, I know you are a bright kid, but you need to take coaching because tere do kaam hai. Finding what to study and second is studying it. Let's outsource finding what to study to somebody else so that you can focus on studying it. The worst part, because it is such a logical test, you cannot prepare it by itself because it does not check you on concepts. SAT does not check you on A plus B whole square. It checks you on strategies. And that's why you cannot learn it from a book and you need coaching. So I enrolled Shivansh into a coaching institute, which is possibly one of the best online coaching classes in the country. And they have students coming all over the world to them. Now, online is fine because SAT is an online exam. And I always suggest SAT की तैयारी online ही हो सकती है, in-person classes में नहीं होती. Shivansh was supposed to write his exam. All of a sudden, he got his finals call from Oxford University. So I had to fly him to London. By the time we came back, he was so jet lagged that next day he could not go to write his SAT. After that, his final exam started and his SAT preparation stopped for 3 months. अब SAT इतना लॉजिकल है कि अगर 3 महीने रोका तो 0 हो जाएगा. You have to be continuously in practice to give the SAT. So I asked my wife, please go and check with this coaching institute, call them, find out if they can give some discount and Shivansh can study all over again. Guess what? They refused. And there is a thumb rule in my family that they never can take my name because then Shivansh gets unnecessary attention. So we had to pay all over again. The day Shivansh got his report, I remember I was in Florida. I sent him that वो 10 पैसे वाला जो postcard पहले आता था, अब $2 का आता है. So every city I go to, I send him a postcard. And the day he got his result, I sent him a postcard only with 2 lines. Congratulations, Shivansh. Go and enjoy. You're free from writing any other entrance test ever in life. And the second thing I did was, I wrote an email to the owners of that institute. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to say, high school moms became the first community in the world ever to acquire a coaching institute. And we acquired Genius Zen this year. And when we acquired, the first decision we took was, ever if your child requires to prepare for SAT all over again, because 45% students will write SAT again, you will not have to pay any penny extra to make your child prepare all over again. Never anybody will have to pay again. So whether it is SAT, whether it is AP exams, and I will talk about APs later on. They are called advanced placements. They're very important for scholarships. But you do not have to pay Genius Zen again. And now Genius Zen will be called Guide Prep because High School Mom's entire platform is called Guide. You can connect with Genius Zen. I will circulate a form in the end. And you can talk to them. And I will also leave you guys with a surprise in the end. But 10th is the easiest class of CBSE. Please ensure your child writes SAT by October. 11th is most difficult. Break the child's journey over next 2 years. Because 12th तो है ही नहीं. August में application forms चले जाएंगे. 11th में प्रोफाइल भी बनाएगा, एंट्रेंस की भी तैयारी करेगा, स्कूल भी डिफिकल्ट है, कैसे चलेगा? बिकॉज जब अगस्त में 12th के अगस्त में बच्चा अप्लाई करता है तो 2 ही चीज चाहिए होती हैं, एक एसएटी स्कोर और एक स्कोर स्कूल देता है विच इज कॉल्ड प्रेडिक्टेड स्कोर. बेसिकली स्कूल on the basis of their performance of grade 10 and 11 and midterms of grade 12 अपने लेटर हेड पे एक स्कोर शीट बना के देता है आज के टाइम पे, जिसको प्रेडिक्टेड स्कोर बोलते हैं, कि स्कूल के हिसाब से बच्चा इस लेवल पे है. नाउ प्रेडिक्टेड स्कोर इज अनलाइक बोर्ड्स में तो सबके नंबर आते हैं. इसीलिए यूनिवर्सिटीज आफ्टर एनईपी रिस्पेक्ट प्रेडिक्टिव्स मोर देन एनीथिंग एल्स. Next question is, should your child study in India or outside India? The answer to this is, because the timelines, if you have to apply abroad, you have to apply in August of 12th standard. If you have to apply in India, you have to apply in August of 12th standard now. And if you do not apply by August, September of 12th standard in India, you are running late. If you think all the 95% students now will end up getting into dream colleges, no. Admissions are already done. My daughter is in grade 12. When should we give SAT? Before October of this year, because applications will open in August mid. They will stretch till October end. So your child can write in October. It will take 3 to 4 months of preparation, and you can connect with Genius Zen. They provide online classes. And like I told you, Sonal, you will not have to pay again, even if your child can write multiple attempts. So एक attempt दे करके अपन application form भर देंगे, और फिर जब दूसरा attempt दे रहे हैं तो स्कोर आएगा और स्कोर को रिप्लेस भी कर सकते हैं. Anyways, scholarships. Are scholarships for real? You should consider about studying abroad only because if you want your child to become a global citizen. If you think your child is a kid, the child will always remain a kid for parents. Always. The fact remains is, if you are applying, then apply both in India and outside India, and decide on the merit of the offer letters. For example, if you have a good scholarship from Flame or Ashoka, take it. But if you have a scholarship from, let's say, like Rohini from Wesleyan, or like Navya from Indiana, or like Khushi who is studying at Kelly, or like Siddharth Bhardwaj who is studying at University of British Columbia, #1 university in Canada, at $180,000 scholarship, take abroad. There is so much money lying on the table. ROI. You feel abroad is expensive? No, it is not. A very lower middle class student went abroad on scholarship to study, and he's sitting right in front of you. The problem is, those counselors are counseling who have never studied abroad. And that's my challenge. When you do not know, how can you preach? आपको पता है, बेस्ट ऑफ द यूनिवर्सिटीज इन द वर्ल्ड, ऐसी कोई यूनिवर्सिटी नहीं है दुनिया में जिसके पास स्कॉलरशिप्स नहीं है. आपको पता है आपको स्कॉलरशिप क्यों नहीं मिलता आपके बच्चे को? क्योंकि आपको पता ही नहीं है कि कौन सी स्कॉलरशिप है और कौन से टाइमलाइंस है. इट्स नॉट स्कॉलरशिप्स नहीं है, आपको टाइमलाइन ही नहीं पता. ROI इज सुपर हाई. सिंपल देखिए ना, शिवांश है, कोडिंग का चैंपियन है, C++, जावा, पाइथन सब आता है उसको. He knows over 30 programming languages. One hackathons, codeathons. But अगर वो रायपुर में पैदा हुआ होता और मैं उसको बोलता रायपुर से बाहर मत जाओ, don't go outside Raipur, the best job he would get is about 15,000 rupees a month. But because he's in Gurgaon, his starting salary could be about 12 lakh rupees a year, a lakh rupee a month. But with the same skill sets, if he goes to Silicon Valley, California, his starting salary will be 1.2 crores a year. What was important? Knowledge or PIN code? PIN code. That's why some of you have left your hometown and are sitting in some other city. वरना बस पढ़ते कोई घर नहीं छोड़ता. And then you are going wrong in taking that decision for your own child. हंसी आती है जब मुझे पेरेंट्स बोलते हैं हमारी लड़की है, हमें तो पुणे में ही पढ़ाना है, पुणे के बाहर नहीं भेजेंगे. अरे सोचा क्या था? बोलने से पहले सोचा भी क्या था? I'm not saying send abroad. I'm saying send to the best PIN code available on the basis of offer letters lying on the table. सिर्फ रैंकिंग दिखाता हूं, आईआईटी के पीछे दुनिया पागल है। टॉप 200 यूनिवर्सिटीज में एक आईआईटी है। 147th रैंक पे आईआईटी बॉम्बे। हिट रेशियो इज 0.01%. MIT, which is number 1 college in the world, hit ratio is 7%. It is 70 times easier to get into MIT than IIT. Before I go to scholarships, I've been told that my son is here, and my son will also showcase one profile building opportunity for all your kids to become part of. He is one of the finest debaters in the world. Shivansh, if you're there on the screen, beta, can you just unmute yourself?
Yep, I'm here.
All right. I can't see you on the screen, Babu.
One
Wait,
second.
wait.
See if I can spotlight myself.
Okay, yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I'll put you onto the spotlight.
Okay. Abhishek, you'll just have to stop sharing your screen.
All right. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Shivansh Gupta, the founder of Teen Debater Club, a club which is teaching and making students practice debating and MUNs free of cost. Over 7,000 students from Kendriya Vidyalaya to the best of the schools in the country and outside this country are members of this club. Shivansh is a champion of a lot of university level debating competitions, including Oxford, Cambridge, Georgetown, University of Toronto, Imperial College London, and King's College London. He has been a part of the India squad of debating for last 2 years. A published author, he has written a book called 13 Life Lessons by a 13-year-old, a guitarist and a drummer, and a coder par excellence. Thank you so much, Shivansh, for joining in. I'm proud to be your dad, beta. I have a couple of quick questions. Shivansh,
Yeah.
Papa was talking about profile building. Can you quickly summarize in 30 seconds how important is building profile?
I mean, if you don't have a profile, you won't be able to get into a good college. If you're looking for going into any top university, even in India now, or even outside India, you need some amount of activities, some amount of showing or profiling why you're a unique student and why you're somewhat different from thousands of other applicants that are applying for the college. And so even if it's not in India, you do need a profile. A profile, literally, as it says, is a way of describing you, who you are, and what you're going to bring to the university. Universities don't get students in just because they want to educate someone else. They want to get the student in because they think that the student can also educate the university, bring something new to the university, and change the university as well. And so if you don't have a unique profile, you don't describe yourself as a different person, the chances of you getting into the college or into the university also decline by a huge amount. Even the fact that IIT takes an exam is a representation of finding out the best people who are best at that exam. So IIT's exam, JEE, is a way of building your own profile for IIT. Similarly, for any liberal college in India, for you to do any of those liberal activities, for you to take part in MUNs, debates, writing competitions, poetry competition, all of that, they describe you as a person, they describe you as someone different for you to get into a college. So without a profile, you're as useless as a normal student trying to apply. With a profile, your chances increase and you compete with hundreds of thousands of students who also want to apply to the same college.
Thank you. Shivansh, one more question. How important is SAT? I know you're planning to go abroad and study, but we will apply in India. You know it, I know it. We have discussed that we will take both the options and only decide on the merit of the offer letter. How important is SAT and why should everybody take SAT as early as possible?
Yeah, SAT is a very important exam. I don't know why we're even having this discussion. If you were some US college counseling company, this wouldn't ever be a discussion ever. Because for them, it's a normal thing. For us, what parents think how JEE is important, that's what SAT is equivalent in US and all colleges out there. If you are like okay with your child leaving their school for 4 years, going to a dummy school in Kota and preparing for JEE, 3 months sitting on a laptop with Genius Zen and preparing for SAT isn't going to be as hard, not as hard as preparing for JEE. And if it's so normal for you to recommend your child to go for JEE, I don't think SAT is a problem. It's the most basic step you have for getting into a college. For any college in the world, even in India now, SAT is not a test that's trying to describe you as a person or to find out if you're smart or not. It's the basic mandate. As much as your grades are a mandate for you to get into a good college, if you don't have A stars, if you don't have 99%, 94%, and CBSE, a good grade level, anything above 90%, you won't get into a good college. Similarly, similarly, if you don't have a good SAT score, you won't get into a good college. They've made it a mandate, much like your grades. Keep it as important as your academic activities. And obviously, your profile builds from after that. Your extracurriculars are separate, but SAT is the mandate. It's literally the most basic form of them being able to sort out thousands of students, and you, because those thousands of students didn't take SAT, you did. So you are in an additional higher pool of getting into the university. It's a very important exam.
Thank you, Shivansh. My last question is, Shivansh, in terms of profile building, MUNs and debates are among the topmost activities of profile building. However, majority of the parents feel that their children do not talk. They are unable to talk, and that's why they are unable to participate in MUNs and debates. Can you please tell a little bit about Teen Debater quickly? In simple words, how students can join Teen Debater free of cost and learn debating in MUNs and also start learning how to speak. Ladies and gentlemen, Shivansh was never a public speaker. He became a public speaker with his own dedication and hard work by practicing MUNs and debates. Over to you, Shivansh.
Yeah, so the Teen Debater, first of all, we don't need to even chat about you having to pay for anything. It's completely free. You join this with a free student-run organization, and we don't want you to be charged for learning something as simple as debates and MUNs. There's no coaching academy that can teach you how to do debates and MUNs. It's a skill. Everybody should know how to be able to talk to other people. Nobody should be charging you for being able to use your brain and think about world issues and think about how debates work in real life. And so we don't charge for anything over here. We have an Instagram page. I'm putting some links in chat. Our main following Instagram page is up there. It's called @the Teen Debater. The Teen Debater, DEBATER, not TOR. That has been some form of a misconception before. But that is our Instagram link. All of our things are being updated on there every day. We even have a session today at 6 p.m. and all of our sessions are up for free. If you're scared of speaking, that's totally okay. At the Teen Debater, we understand that. You know, a lot of people are scared of speaking. Even all of our people are working. We have a team of 40 students, teenagers working with us, and about 30 of them are also scared of public speaking. But the reason why we get you to do things like debates is because we just force you into it. It doesn't matter if you have 1 year of experience, if you have 6 months of experience, you have no experience, you'll be forced into a debate, you'll be forced into an MUN, because that's how you learn. We're all social creatures. No one is an introvert. Nobody's born into a space where you can't talk to anyone. You're privileged enough because your parents have given you the comfortability to be an introvert, but ultimately in the real world, that won't work. You have to go out, you have to talk to people, you have to engage with people. And so we will force you, and mind you, it'll be a little bit hard, it'll be challenging, but it'll be good for your college, it'll be good for your profile, and build up a lot of skills. All of our sessions are up for free because students run it. We're not paying any teenager thousands of rupees every day to teach you to do debates and MUNs. We're making it free for everyone. We want students who are in underprivileged communities to learn skills like debate, because that's how it helps them get out of the community and do something better for the world. We do both MUNs and debates. Our website is there. More importantly, do follow us on our Instagram page. That's the most important thing. Everything is updated live on there. And if you miss any session, that's totally okay. All of our sessions are updated on our YouTube channel. That's also in the chat. I've put that in. So everything you miss, you don't need to worry about it. All recordings go up there. Again, it's all for free. It's completely, we already have a playlist of 5 debate sessions, about 10, 15 daily debate sessions, about 5, 6 expert sessions. Everything is live updated on there. So if you can't come for a live session, even though it's really good, you can ask questions on spot. You can always go ahead and watch one of our recordings online as well. There is a membership form as well. There's a WhatsApp community. And there's something known as Discord. In case you are in case you're a teenager, you probably know about this, but Discord is like WhatsApp for children. So if you want to go ahead and talk to 200, 300 debaters live online and just chat with them, practice with them, you can join our Discord community as well. But most importantly, follow us on our Instagram and you'll get the updates right over there.
Thank you so much, Shivansh, for joining in, and go back to your studies. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Thank you for having me.
All right. Going back to the presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, scholarships in India and scholarships outside India are for real. Please do not think that the scholarships are not real. Every university, good university in the world gives scholarships. Also understand, internationally, only those universities are giving scholarships who have a huge corpus, and their corpus comes because they deliver quality education. So just because your child is getting scholarship does not mean the university needs you. It means that your child has value. The best part is, in today's time, students with 85% and great profile can get scholarships, and students with 95% will get stuck with no profile. So if I were you, I will tell my kid that, beta, I know your potential is 95%. You get me 95, I'm not happy. You get me 90, but build a strong profile. Papa is super happy. That's how my suggestion would be to my child. You decide what your suggestion would be. But scholarship abroad is affordable as long as you plan on time. It is affordable in India also. आजकल education India में भी cheap नहीं रही है. Best universities in the country charge anywhere between 40 to 50 lakh rupees for 4 years. Just to show you some examples of scholarships, the best of the universities, whether it is Toronto, UBC in Canada, from full ride scholarships to partial scholarships, whether it is United States, name a university and they have full ride scholarships to partial scholarship. Whether it is India, like Flame or Ashoka, they have full ride scholarships to partial scholarships. So scholarships are for real. अलग-अलग university scholarships को अलग-अलग नाम से बोलती हैं. Some will call them, and there can be multiple scholarships that you can apply. I'll give you a small example. But before that, like I told you, that HSM Student Club, which is called Guide Club, got $23 million in scholarships, and your child can join it, and I'll tell you how your child can join it. But scholarships लाने के लिए एक और एग्जाम अगर आप दे दें तो बहुत अच्छा है, which is called advanced placement. These are those exams which are college level syllabus, American syllabus, but you write them in India. There are 34 different subjects to choose from. मैं हमेशा एक चीज बोलता हूं, एक एपी एग्जाम पे 1 लाख रुपए लगाया हुआ 10 लाख रुपए तक की फंडिंग दिलाता है. इंडिया में 1 लाख रुपए लगाओ और 10 लाख रुपए तक की फंडिंग पाओ. That's what the AP exams do for you. Just to give you a disclaimer, my students write 3 to 4 APs, but my son is writing 9. And he's writing along with his 10th board. He's an international curriculum kid. His boards are going right now. Monday, he has an exam, and he's still writing his APs this year. Scholarships are for real. That's our ex-president of the Guide Student Club, Siddhant Bhardwaj. That's his offer letter. First, look at the date, April 7th. University of British Columbia, #1 university in Canada. Board results do not come out. Siddhant applied to 4 scholarships. He did not get one. Out of the other 3, he only got partial scholarships. But put total, look at the end. He got $180,000 of scholarship, and the fees was $160,000. Flame in India. I have multiple students with multiple full ride scholarships. Forget about partial, but I'll show you. Offer letter of 2022, February 4th. Board results do not come out. Offer letter of 2023, March 3rd. Board results do not come out. This year, 4 full ride scholarships from Flame for HSM Guide Student Club members. Board results just came out, and the scholarships were given as early as February. That's the offer letter, March 1st. कैसे हो रहा है एडमिशन बोर्ड रिजल्ट्स के बिना? That's SAT and profile, and that's what you should do for your child. London School of Economics, SAT दे करके बच्चा गया. Wesleyan College, Rohini Saha is on the screen. That's her offer letter. $184,000, ladies and gentlemen, of scholarship. Navya Seth, who came in the beginning, offer letter from NYU. March date. Ayan Agarwal, Purdue, January 13th. Khushi Monga, studying at Indiana, February 28th. Mini Ivy League, Drexel, December 14th. Cornell, Ivy League, December 14th. Arna Garg, King's College, London, March 7th. आपने देखा इंडिया आउटसाइड इंडिया दोनों जगह ऑफर लेटर्स बोर्ड एग्जाम से पहले आ रहे हैं. सो अगर एज अ पेरेंट आप 7 दिन काम कर रहे हो, it doesn't impress me much, and your child does not have to be proud of you. Your child has to be proud of you when you spend 7 hours planning his journey, her journey, so that his or her offer letters are available 6 months before board results. That's called love. Love is not telling the child, go to a great university. Love is sitting with the child 2 years in advance, opening the application form and checking what is required to be filled in the application form, so that next 2 years you can sit with your child and get everything done so that the application form is not vacant. That's called love. Profile building. Profile building is important because extracurriculars बनाने हैं. अब एक चीज समझिएगा, a university never compares to extracurriculars. I'll just stop my camera for 30 seconds because आप लोगों की screen freeze हो गई है. I think it's my internet. Profile building इसलिए जरूरी है because 70% of the college admissions in India and outside India today is about profile. If your child has done nothing, then profile is not building. It's not building. But universities do not compare sports to MUNs, MUNs to debates, debates to art, art to poetry. No, they compare skills. तो एग्जाम्पल करिए, एक इमेजिनरी शीट इमेजिन करिए, आपके बच्चे ने एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म भरा और उसके ऊपर एक शीट लगाया गया जिसके ऊपर 10 कॉलम्स है। उन 10 कॉलम्स में लास्ट 10th कॉलम है स्कूल मार्क्स एंड एसएटी। पहले के 9 कॉलम्स हैं स्किल्स, लीडरशिप, कम्युनिकेशन, रिसर्च, प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग, क्रिएटिविटी। Now, let's say if Shivansh says, I am an MUNer and a debater, the university will write, he is an MUNer, that means he must be doing research, because MUN में बिना research के आप बोल नहीं सकते. So give him good marks on research skills. But Shivansh says, I have 1 MUNs. Then university will say, आप MUN बिना अच्छी communication skills के जीत ही नहीं सकते. So they will also give score in communication skills. But then Shivansh says, I've started teen debater. Then universities know that he's going way beyond his passion. He's a leader. Now universities will give some marks in the leadership skills. ऐसे ही स्पोर्ट्स के लिए होगा, ऐसे ही आर्ट के लिए होगा, किसी को क्रिएटिविटी में मिलेगा, किसी को कम्युनिकेशन में, बट किसी को भी 9 के 9 फील्ड्स में नहीं मिलेगा. So it's okay whatever your child is doing as long as he or she is doing it. एक तरीका है प्रोफाइल बिल्डिंग का, गाइड स्टूडेंट क्लब. जैसे मैंने बोला, आप सबके बच्चे गाइड स्टूडेंट क्लब में पार्टिसिपेट कर सकते हैं, बट प्रॉब्लम क्या होगी पता है? आप बोलेंगे ये भी फ्री कर दो. इट्स नॉट फ्री. इट टेक्स मनी टू ब्रिंग पीपल. इट टेक्स मनी टू ब्रिंग इंटर्नशिप्स. इट टेक्स मनी टू होस्ट एक्टिविटीज. सो यस, वी हैव मेड इट सुपर चीप. आई डू नॉट नो आप किस शहर में रहते हैं, बट गुड़गांव में एक बार डिनर करने जाता हूं, एक डिनर विथ 3 फैमिलीज and couple of drinks, fresh lime, virgin mojito, I end up paying about 10,000 rupees. Do you know the student club fees for the year? 7,000 rupees. It is less than a dinner. And your child will be able to, and majority of the activities, 99% of the activities of student club happens online using the same Zoom and same laptop. And that too after school hours and on weekends. And no activity will clash with school exams. 1% activities, students even meet, volunteer, speak at events. In our student club, they will be able to run their own organization. They'll be able to make friends with best of the students from around the country who are serious about their profile. They'll be able to lead and build leadership skills. Attend certificate workshops. जैसे अवनी ने बोला, ex-Prime Minister of Belgium is coming. He will teach and he will also give a certificate. Similarly, we've got LinkedIn. We got United Nations. They will be able to create their own mini clubs. Let's say your child loves poetry, but there is nobody for her to listen to her poetry. She can create a poetry club and participate. They will be able to do internships. ये सारे एक्टिविटीज जो स्क्रीन पे दिख रहे हैं आपको, सिद्धांत ने ये सारे स्टूडेंट क्लब से करे थे, which got him $1,80,000 of scholarship. अब मैंने आपको बोला था एंड में आपको बताऊंगा हाउ डू यू स्टार्ट एंड वेयर डू यू स्टार्ट. अभिषेक, बहुत अच्छा किया, तुमने बता दिया कि टॉप करियर्स कौन से हैं, टॉप कॉलेजेस कौन से हैं, एडमिशंस कैसे होगा, बट कैन यू टेल मी वेयर कैन आई स्टार्ट? That's what I will tell you now. You have these problems in front of you. Not what are the right careers after 10+2. What is the right career for my child? और करियर पता करने के लिए चाहिए 3 चीजें: एप्टीट्यूड, इंटरेस्ट और स्किल्स. अगर एप्टीट्यूड हाई है और इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, so the child will become successful, but वो घर आकर के रोज फैमिली से लड़ेगा कि पता नहीं मैं क्या कर रहा हूं. इंटरेस्ट हाई है और एप्टीट्यूड नहीं है, तो बच्चा खुश तो बहुत होगा बट सक्सेसफुल नहीं होगा. इंटरेस्ट और एप्टीट्यूड जहां मिलेंगे वहां परफेक्ट करियर निकलेगा. इसको साइकोमेट्रिक नहीं बोलते. आप लोग अगर करियर काउंसलिंग के बारे में भी बोलूं तो आप लोग बोलते हैं साइकोमेट्रिक कर दो. साइकोमेट्रिक इज द बैड टूल. अ टीनेजर्स पर्सनैलिटी इवॉल्व्स ओवर टाइम. आप उसकी पर्सनैलिटी मैप ही नहीं कर सकते। क्या आप शिवांश को देख करके बोल सकते हैं कि 2 साल पहले तक ये एकदम इंट्रोवर्ट था? ही इज माई ओनली चाइल्ड, ही डजंट हैव अ सिबलिंग, ही वाज अ कंप्लीट इंट्रोवर्ट। सो 2 साल पहले बोलते, अब शिवांश यू कैन नेवर बिकम योर लाइक योर फादर, टुडे यू विल से अभिषेक शिवांश इज बेटर देन यू। पर्सनैलिटी इवॉल्व्स। मैं हमेशा शिवांश को बोलता हूं, शिवांश टिल द टाइम यू आर 14 years of age I used to love you and I used to like you. Now you are 16, I only love you but I do not like you. Why? Because you have started arguing with me for everything. Maybe by the time you become 21 I'll start loving you and liking you again, because you'll start listening to me and you'll start the importance of your parents. So psychometric is a bad tool. Aptitude, interest और skills चाहिए। आपको पता करना है what is the right career, what are the right profile building activities, how do you select the right universities, which are the right universities, because अगर सिर्फ एक एग्जाम्पल लू बीबीए का, बीबीए के इंडिया में 35 अलग अलग एग्जाम है। आप तो कोचिंग में डाल देते हैं without realizing that if your child is inherently not great with mathematics, the child will never be able to clear Delhi University ZAT. But if the child is great with logic, he would have been able to clear Symbiosis and Narsimonji. Do you understand? So which are those entrance exams? It's all about planning. What subjects should my child take in 11th and 12th if the subjects are not selected? What subjects will meet college requirements? And which exams my child should take and which scholarships to apply to? Uske liye, there is an assessment called G-Paths. For some reason, my slides are not loading. Just 1 second. There is an assessment called G-Paths, जो कि step number 1 है. You can take this assessment online on www.gide.ai. It's not free and I cannot make it free. High school moms invested 2 crores in building this assessment. Today, this assessment is done in over 120 schools in this country. We do not have a huge team, so we cannot reach out to every school. But you can take this assessment. It's a 90-minute assessment. And I will also show you the report. जैसे ही बच्चा ये 90 मिनट का असेसमेंट ऑनलाइन देगा, वैसे ही कुछ ऐसी रिपोर्ट खुलेगी 5 मिनट बाद। पहले आएंगे दुनिया के टॉप 15 करियर्स और उसमें आपके बच्चे की रेटिंग, और उसमें निकल के आएंगे उसके टॉप 3, द टॉप 3 दैट यू शुड कंसिडर। उसके बाद, बिकॉज ये असेसमेंट लेते वक्त बच्चे ने एक एप्टीट्यूड टेस्ट भी लिखा है विच इज वेरी क्लोजली अलाइंड विद सीयूईटी एंड एसएटी। उसके बाद इंडिविजुअली ये तीनों करियर्स एक्सप्लेन होंगे, साइकोलॉजी क्या है, उसमें टॉप करियर्स कौन से हैं आज के टाइम पे, और वो 36 यूनिवर्सिटीज जिसमें आपके बच्चे के सबसे ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग चांसेस हैं अगर वो जरा सी तैयारी कर ले तो, फॉर एडमिशंस एंड स्कॉलरशिप्स। इसमें पब्लिक यूनिवर्सिटीज भी होंगी और प्राइवेट भी होंगी। इंडिया, यूके, कनाडा, यूएस, आयरलैंड, यूरोप, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, न्यूजीलैंड। टॉप 3 करियर्स के लिए किया जाएगा। बट मान लीजिए आपका बच्चा आकर के बोलता है, ममा बट आई हर्ड अभिषेक सर स्पीकिंग एंड ही सेड आई कैन स्टडी इकोनॉमिक्स विद कंप्यूटर साइंस एंड गो इनटू डेटा साइंस, सो कैन आई डू दैट? उसके बाद आएगी एक सेक्शन, सॉरी, उसके बाद आएगा एक सेक्शन जहां पे आपके बच्चे के टॉप 3 करियर्स के कॉम्बिनेशंस बताए जाएंगे एज अ मेजर माइनर। तो मान लीजिए बच्चे को मेजर कंप्यूटर साइंस करना है, माइनर साइकोलॉजी, व्हाट आर द करियर्स पॉसिबल आफ्टर दैट? मान लीजिए कंप्यूटर साइंस के साथ साइंस करना है, करियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज। ऐसे ही साइकोलॉजी के साथ साइंस करना है, करियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज। और उसके बाद आएंगी वो 6 यूनिवर्सिटीज इन इंडिया वेयर दीज काइंड ऑफ मेजर माइनर्स आर ऑल्सो पॉसिबल। उसके बाद आएगा एप्टीट्यूड असेसमेंट, क्योंकि यह भी पता करना जरूरी है कि आज के टाइम पे बच्चे का एप्टीट्यूड कैसा है और वो किन किन कॉलेजेस में अप्लाई कर पाएगा। 9 पैरामीटर चेक होते हैं कॉलेजेस के एप्टीट्यूड में, आपके बच्चे के टॉप 3 बताए जाएंगे। फिर आएंगी वो स्किल्स जो यूनिवर्सिटीज देखेंगी, उस 10 कॉलम वाले पेज पे लिखेंगी, उनमें आपका बच्चा आज के टाइम पे कहां पे है। बिकॉज 9 के 9 कोई भी ठीक नहीं कर सकता, पर अगर मुझे पता हो कि बच्चे का इनिशिएटिव अच्छा है और क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग अच्छा है, तो मैं उस टाइप की एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज निकाल सकता हूं जिनसे ये और ज्यादा बिल्ड हो जाए। फिर आएगी प्रोफाइल बिल्डिंग रिकमेंडेशंस। पहले आएंगे ये जो बच्चा है, ये 12th का बच्चा है, इसलिए उसके एकेडमिक सब्जेक्ट्स नहीं आए, वरना यहां पे आएगा स्कूल में कौन से सब्जेक्ट्स लेने चाहिए अगर बच्चा 9th और 10th का है। फिर आएंगे कौन कौन से एडवांस प्लेसमेंट के एग्जाम्स आप लिख सकते हो। फिर आएंगी टॉप एंट्रेंस एग्जाम्स जो आपके बच्चे को देने चाहिए, और ये सारे क्लिकेबल हैं, ये पीडीएफ है, और इस पे आप जब क्लिक करेंगे इट विल ओपन द एक्चुअल पेज ऑफ दैट वेबसाइट ऑफ दैट कॉलेज। फिर आएगी वो सारे ऑनलाइन प्रोग्राम्स और सर्टिफिकेशंस जो आपका बच्चा घर बैठे कर सकता है फ्री में या थोड़े बहुत पैसे दे करके, जिससे प्रोफाइल बनेगी। इसमें समर प्रोग्राम्स भी होंगे, इंटर्नशिप्स भी होंगी, और ये सब क्लिकेबल है। ये सब आपको उस कोर्स की, उस ऑनलाइन प्रोफाइल बिल्डिंग एक्टिविटी की वेबसाइट पे लेके जाएंगे। कोई एजेंट नहीं, कोई बीच में मीडियोकर नहीं। 2 पेज ऑफ प्रोफाइल बिल्डिंग एक्टिविटीज, नेशनल इंटरनेशनल कॉम्पिटिशंस, और फिर आएंगी 3 पेज भर के वो स्कॉलरशिप्स जो आपका बच्चा अप्लाई कर सकता है according to his or her career and college, and all of them are clickable and they will take you to the actual authentic website of that university scholarship page for the student of India. That's called the G path. आपका बच्चा just 1 second, I'm sharing my screen again. सेकेंड स्टेप है, एक बार आपको यह पता चल गया, यू कैन ज्वाइन द स्टूडेंट क्लब। नाउ स्टेप 1 के बारे में बात कर ली हमने। स्टेप 2 है स्टूडेंट क्लब, जहां पे बच्चा आपका प्रोफाइल बिल्डिंग एक्टिविटीज में पार्टिसिपेट कर सकता है, वर्चुअल कॉम्पिटिशन में पार्टिसिपेट कर सकता है, इंटर्नशिप में पार्टिसिपेट कर सकता है। सर्टिफिकेट वर्कशॉप्स, यहां तक कि यूनाइटेड नेशंस तक के सर्टिफिकेट्स मिलेंगे उसे घर बैठे। स्टेप 3 है एसएटी, एसीटी, या जो भी आपको एग्जाम देना है, एसएटी इंडिया में भी वैलिड है, उसकी तैयारी करना। और स्टेप 4 होता है कॉलेज में एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म भरना। ये पूरी जर्नी में हाई स्कूल मॉम्स आपको हेल्प कर सकता है, और इसको आपके लिए आसान बनाने के लिए पहले मैं आपको एक चीज दिखा देता हूं, उसके बाद आपको बताता हूं कि मैं आपके लिए सरप्राइज क्या लेके आया हूं। अवनी, इफ यू कैन, I was trying to see if I can show them the guide website. I have it here. आपका बच्चा जब गाइड का मेंबर बनेगा, यहां पे ये ऐसे डैशबोर्ड खुलता है। यहां पे बच्चे अपने क्वेरीज डालते हैं जिसका जवाब देते हैं हम। इस सेक्शन से बच्चा जी पाथ लेता है। यहां पे जाकर के स्टूडेंट क्लब मेंबर्स एक्टिविटीज में पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं, एक क्लिक ऑफ अ बटन पे। हमारे और इवेंट्स में पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं, इंटर्नशिप्स में पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं। जैसे मैं आपको दिखाऊं, आज शाम को हो रहा है सर्टिफिकेट वर्कशॉप इन साइबर सिक्योरिटी। एनीबडी हु इज इंटरेस्टेड इन कंप्यूटर साइंस you can learn from one of the finest cybersecurity professionals and professors in the world. In that 1 hour, you will also get a certificate, and I'll give that information. I'll allow you to do that free because you joined on a weekend. यहाँ पे बच्चे कुछ क्विजेस ले सकते हैं. इस सेक्शन में बच्चे जाकर के यूनिवर्सिटीज को रिसर्च कर सकते हैं. यहां पे बच्चे जाकर के नए नए करियर्स के बारे में पता कर सकते हैं. और स्टूडेंट क्लब मेंबर्स यहां पे जाकर के क्लब को चालू भी कर सकते हैं और उस क्लब के मेंबर भी बन सकते हैं. अब ये सब होगा कैसे? तो सबसे पहले मैं आपको बताऊं, जी पाथ का फीस है 4999, वन टाइम फीस है. जी पाथ की फीस में स्टूडेंट क्लब की फीस इंक्लूडेड नहीं है और स्टूडेंट क्लब की फीस में जी पाथ की फीस इंक्लूडेड नहीं है. और जी पाथ एक सेल्फ असेसमेंट है. उसके बाद कॉलेजेस, करियर, स्कॉलरशिप्स, प्रोफाइल बिल्डिंग एक्टिविटीज सब लिस्टेड आएंगी. जी पाथ्स में अभिषेक गुप्ता की काउंसलिंग अवेलेबल नहीं है. मैं 5,000 रुपए में काउंसलिंग नहीं कर सकता. आप खुद सोच के देखिए कि अगर आपका बच्चा यूसीएलए चला जाए तो आप उसको बोलेंगे 5,000 में बेच ले अपने आप को. मैं भी नहीं बेच सकता. सो जी पाथ इज अ सेल्फ असेसमेंट टूल. जी पाथ और स्टूडेंट क्लब दो अलग अलग चीजें हैं. और उसके बाद आता है एसएटी. अब जी पाथ की फीस है 4999. अगले 2 घंटे के लिए मैं आपको एक लिंक दे रहा हूं चैट में, and I'm going to reduce it by 1,000 rupees, 1,500 rupees to 3,499. Avni, is that correct? अगले 2 घंटे के लिए. So I do not know. इंडिया में क्या टाइम हो रहा है? 2 बज रहे हैं इंडिया में. So 4 बजे तक. I don't think we need 2 hours, Avni. Let's keep it 1 hour.
Sure.
Those who have to do it can do it. 1 hour. It will be available for 3,499. आप आज रजिस्टर कर सकते हैं. ले आप चाहे साल भर बाद लेना, लेकिन जब भी आपका बच्चा लेने के लिए बैठे, एक शॉट में 90 मिनट बैठे. एक शॉट में. सेकंड, अगर आप ईमेल आईडी डाल रहे हैं तो अपने बच्चे के ईमेल आईडी से रजिस्टर करिए ताकि उसको लिंक आ जाए. गलती से अगर आप अपने ईमेल आईडी से रजिस्टर कर रहे हैं और कोई दिक्कत आती है तो एक ईमेल आईडी नोट कर लीजिए जो अभी चैट में आ रहा है, hey@guide.ai, hey@gide.ai. ऐसा कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है जो मैं 24 घंटे में सॉल्व नहीं कर पाऊंगा आपके लिए, तो पैनिक मत करिएगा. ऐसा कोई भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है जो विद इन 24 आवर्स सॉल्व नहीं होगा. एंड आई एम स्पीकिंग दैट ऑन अ पब्लिक प्लेटफॉर्म. स्टूडेंट क्लब की फीस है 6,999. अवनी, what is the amount that you can do for next 1 hour?
5,499, Abhishek.
5,499. Again, slashed it by 1,500 rupees. The total combo package for student club and GPaths is 12,000, but we are happy to offer you for 1 hour only. उसके बाद आप उस लिंक पे क्लिक करेंगे तो आपको 12,000 ही लगेगा. Is what is the price, Avni?
8,499, Abhishek.
8,499. That's for the student club and GPaths. उसके अलावा एसएटी का, जीनियस जेन का फीस पे आपको कोई डिस्काउंट नहीं मिलेगा, बिकॉज जिस दिन हमने एक्वायर किया उसे हमने एक डिसीजन लिया कि डिस्काउंट नहीं देंगे, लेकिन किसी भी बच्चे को अगर दोबारा पढ़ना होगा तो उससे पैसा चार्ज नहीं करेंगे. एंड आई एम पुटिंग इट ऑन रिकॉर्ड ऑन अ पब्लिक प्लेटफॉर्म.
Abhishek, I'm sorry just for coming in. If you could just help parents and students understand which grades GPath is applicable, which grades student club is applicable, because we are getting
GPath is good for students between grade 9 to 12. अगर आपका बच्चा 8th में है, GPath मत लीजिएगा प्लीज. 9 अगर 8th खत्म हो गया है, 9th में आ गया है, GPath ले लीजिएगा प्लीज. Student club is applicable for grade 10, 11 and 12. So if your child is in grade 9, only take GPaths. If your child is in grade 10, 11 and 12, take GPaths and student club combo. और दोनों मिलाकर के आपको 8500 रुपए में अगले 1 घंटे तक मिलेगा. लेना चाहें लीजिए, नहीं तो आप फिर वेबसाइट से जाकर के अलग अलग खरीद सकते हैं. For SAT, there'll be no discounts given on the fees. The next SAT attempt is in the month of August. It takes 3 months to prepare for SAT completely. The next SAT attempt after August is September, and after that it is October. एक CBSE का स्टूडेंट SAT 2 बार दे पाता है, अगस्त और अक्टूबर. ISC का स्टूडेंट SAT 2 बार दे पाता, सॉरी, 3 बार दे पाता है, अगस्त, सितंबर एंड अक्टूबर। आईएससी का स्टूडेंट भी अगस्त, सितंबर एंड अक्टूबर। आइडली आपके बच्चे को एसएटी अक्टूबर तक दे देना चाहिए पहला अटेम्प्ट। मान लीजिए पहले अटेम्प्ट में स्कोर अच्छा आ गया, 1600 नंबर का पेपर है, 1300 से ऊपर उसको इंडिया का कोई भी एंट्रेंस नहीं लिखना पड़ेगा, तो आप एसएटी का स्कोर पाक कर देंगे। मान लीजिए पहले अटेम्प्ट में नंबर अच्छा नहीं आया, आई अश्योर यू ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ हाई स्कूल मॉम्स, योर कम्युनिटी, योर चाइल्ड विल बी प्रिपेयर्ड ऑल ओवर अगेन फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट। प्रिपेयर्ड, इसमें एसएटी के एग्जाम की फीस नहीं है, फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट। Even if the fees goes up to 1.25 lakhs, you still do not pay anything extra next year. So SAT, अब SAT का फीस जीनियस जेन का है 1 लाख रुपए। They are online classes. शिवांश ने लिया, रोहिणी ने लिया, नव्या ने लिया, you have heard of all of them, and now we have acquired it. अगले 1 घंटे के लिए we are reducing that fees to 90,000. You can use the same link to register for SAT classes. 24 घंटे के अंदर आपके पास जीनियस जेन की तरफ से कॉल आएगा, and they will allocate a batch to your child as per your requirement, either on the weekend or on the weekdays. With that, I'm putting the links in the chat right now. Can I request my team to stop the chat and put the link for GPath and Student Club membership? And the same link will also have, you can make the payment of SAT. Please remember, online banking में HDFC की online banking is not accepted by HSM right now. We are facing trouble with HDFC online banking. बाकी आप वीजा, मास्टर कार्ड, कोई भी कार्ड यूज कर सकते हैं और कोई भी और नेट बैंकिंग यूज कर सकते हैं। HDFC के पास कुछ चैलेंजेस आ रहे थे हमको टेक इंटीग्रेशन में। We have requested them to solve it. It's not from our end. But वो भी सिर्फ ऑनलाइन बैंकिंग के लिए। For credit card transactions and UPI transactions, there will be no problem. With that, Avni, give them 5 minutes for this, and after that, I will circulate a link by which your students today, as long as they are grade 10, 11, and 12, can join a free certificate workshop from our side on cyber security. Whether you are a psychology student or a science student or a non-science student, cyber security is for real, and you must learn more about it. It's a futuristic career. All your children can attend it and participate. We will share that link in 2 minutes to 3 minutes from now in the chat. You can use the current link in the chat for GPaths, Student Club. And after that, we will give you the link for registering for today's session on Zoom on cyber security at 6:30 p.m. I will also ask my team to download the data of all the attendees today and send them one WhatsApp with all the links. For any questions, I know that you have a lot of questions in your mind and you want to ask me. I am sharing another link in the chat right now for tomorrow morning 10:30, where I will do a counseling hour, which means I will not do any presentation. Rather, I will just answer queries of all the parents. It will be for 1 hour. From 12 to 1, no, sorry, 10:30 to 11:30.
The link is already in the chat, Abhishek.
Okay, the link is already in the chat. If you want to ask any questions, you can join me tomorrow. You can register on that link. If you want to take SAT or GPaths, the link is already there. The link is valid for 1 hour. I request my team to make the link go back to its normal pricing right at the end of 1 hour.
Since Abhishek, everything is automated for us on the guide platform, it will automatically, the price will be revised.
Thank you, Chitra Pandey, for buying both Student Club and Guy GPaths. Oh, I see one student, Anagha. already taken for SAT. Thank you so much for trusting Miss Anagha. Thank you. I can't take all the names, but the emails are coming. Thank you so much. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And with that, I will leave you guys with the link to the free certificate workshop in cybersecurity now in your chat. And I look forward to see all your kids in our student club called Guide Student Club. And I hope by taking GPaths, all the research is done, which you haven't done till date. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Avni, if you can put the cybersecurity link also.
Surely.
Thank you. I'll take your leave.
Thank you, everybody, for joining in. We will end the meeting now. You would have, if you want to subscribe to GPATS or Student Club, the link is in the chat. And if you are interested in attending the certificate workshop on cybersecurity, that link was also being shared. So whoever is interested and whoever joins and registers, we will see you in the evening. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend and look forward to interacting with few of you sometime soon. Bye-bye.